What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J. This is the Mo you know. We got a real late start today, but man, I ain't get off work till about 3:45-ish. I had to come home and get prepared, get relaxed, change clothes. But we back. We back day 22, or is it the daily Diddy? Anyway, we back in the trial. We got to the end of the day to get Jane Doe up and out of here. We got 3 more witnesses coming. We on the defense still. They said that they're gonna be over with today, so I gotta take their word for it. I don't think that they would lie to me about it. What up, DJ? Christian, what's going on? James. Yeah, we talked about that phone that they found last night. Remember, they weren't trying to submit it. All right, so we back in here. Diddy Day 22. I'm gonna do a little catch up. You know how that goes. I don't have the long-winded intro today because we are an hour and a half behind. But I'll get us all caught up and we'll get to the information that we need. We are getting these tweets from Inner City Press on Twitter, and also we're getting updates on CNN. So again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna just do a little catch up on everything that happened this morning. We're an hour and a half behind. The defense said they should be done either today or early tomorrow. Well, no, they got to be done today. They got to be done this morning because she has a flight this afternoon or this evening. Let me see. 3 minutes ago. What up, Kurt? All right, yeah. So this is all the way at the beginning. Again, I'm just gonna run through this, and we'll talk where need be. But I like to be caught up so we can get it in real time. But the lawyers were in the roving room. So they had a 20-minute huddle with the judge in the back. All right, let me see what CNN got. Here's what happened in court yesterday. We don't care about that. The judge is on the bench. Lawyers debate text messages before jury comes in. Before the jurors come in, the lawyers are debating more text messages that the defense attorney, Tina Garagos, will want to show in court to the jury. Those messages are between Diddy and Jane, one of Combs' accusers, who is testifying under the pseudonym. Blah, blah, blah. We know that. This will be Jane's 6th day on the stand. Jane, who dated Diddy from 21 to 24, is referred to Diddy in the indictment as victim 2. Began testimony under direct examination by the prosecution on June 5th of last week, which was day 17, I'd like to say. And we over 123 hours, but she came again. Blah, 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 blah. The judge bars the defense from playing Diddy's December 23 audio message to Jane for the jury. The defense attorney sought to play for the jury audio messages from Diddy that he sent to Jane, one of the accusers, in December of 23, in which he said he never knew how she felt about hotel nights. The state argued that the December 23 lawsuit by Cassie became public. Diddy was aware of the record he was creating in his communications with Jane. It may have been crafting a self-serving false narrative in the recording. The judge ruled that the recording cannot be admitted, but the defense may ask Jane what Diddy told her about his awareness of her feelings regarding hotel nights. So the prosecution is saying, nah, man, after that lawsuit dropped, Diddy was recording this stuff on purpose and sending these text messages to make it seem like, oh, I didn't know anything about this. So if it ever got brought up, it's like, nah, everything we were doing was fine and dandy. So the judge said, nah, you can't read those messages. Because they're saying that Diddy was trying to, fake it. Like, well, yeah, I didn't know nothing about that, man. It's crazy, man. They're just trying to do all of this. The judge and attorneys meet in the roving room. The judge and lead counsel and Jane's attorney are now meeting. Diddy huddles with some of his lawyers while others are with the judge. So it looks like this morning they had a long break, about a 20-25 minute break with the, well, I won't call it a break for us, but the lawyers were in the back talking to the judge in the robing room. Diddy has been talking intensely with three of his lawyers while his other attorneys, prosecutors, and James attorneys have been with the judge in the robing room. Diddy's sister Keisha's in the courtroom. So far, the only one of his family members to attend today. Everybody else is like, nah, we good. We've heard enough, Diddy. We've heard enough. The lawyers returned from the judge's chambers. The lawyers have returned from a huddle with the judge in the judge room. Diddy is confirmed with his attorneys. State Attorney Comey walked over to her team, smiled, and shrugged her shoulders. We got one, or shit, nothing happened. Who knows? She eventually called over a defense attorney, Mark, who later joined the huddle around Diddy. Jane's lawyers are confirmed with some of the prosecuting attorneys. So what the hell is going on here? What up, Moochie? What the hell is going on here? Comey walked over to her team and smiled and shrugged her shoulders. She eventually called over Mark, who later joined the huddle around Diddy. So I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's right. Lawyers returned from the judge's room. Diddy's son had finally arrived. As noted earlier, his sister Keisha was only one there. Guys, calm down. Calm down. We knew about the phone last night. Remember when before we got off, we extended this to 7 hours. If you were still, we know. We know that there's another phone. We got that. We spoke about that a little bit last night. I'm trying to get to where we at. I'm trying to get to where we at. Where's the judge talking about the messages? Remember, they were talking about her not being consistent because they wanted to submit this other phone that they were legally obligated to after they did the raid. All electronics are supposed to be turned over. So that's why the prosecution was saying, nah, man, Diddy knew that the feds did a sweep and everything. So he's trying to set up these fake messages. Oh man, I got some information, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna get us up out of here. But the judge is like, nah, you can't play that, but you can just ask Jane Doe about the free calls. I got y'all. I got you. Well, it's never too late to plea. You have to have a plea deal. Once the feds offer you a plea and you don't take it, they're like, we're going to take you to court. And that's just a little bit of pressure that they have on you. Now, they could get towards the end of this and, before they close, like, hey, we got another plea for you. Instead of getting that life sentence, take 20 years, take 30 years. But yeah, if there's no plea on the table, you can't plea. So, it's whenever the prosecution, it doesn't have anything to do with the courts, the prosecution has to present that. Okay, a recap. The court activity today consisted of lawyers talking with the judge, either in the courtroom or the robing room. The jury has not come in. No witness has taken the stand. The judge ruled that the audio message from Diddy sent to Jane in December 23 cannot be admitted, but the defense may ask Jane what Combs told her about his awareness of her feelings regarding hotel nights that month. Hotel nights, according to the early testimony, were the counters where they got their freak on. The lawyers emerged from the judge's chamber, uh, coming back after 20 minutes. The prosecutor and the defense attorney are confirmed with Jane's lawyer. Another defense attorney is updating a team surrounding Diddy. So everyone's up here talking. I guess they're talking about the immunity deal, what they want to do, how they gonna make something shake. Let's see if Inner City Press got some information for us, trying to get us all caught up. But luckily for us, no one has taken the stand. So we don't have any testimony. Right now, we're just trying to figure out about this phone that was found. Well, it wasn't really found, it was turned in. Judge, the message at the issue is that the defense wants to get it. Can't you redact it? Tina said we shouldn't have it. It's consistent with our theory. They opened. They didn't open the door. All right, so the judge is on it. All right, what the judge talking about? They didn't open the door. All right, so here goes the details here. On the direct, the testimony about the end of the relationship in 24, there were no texts, but oral communications. This self-serving voice note by the defendant should not come in. By December 23, he was trying to make a record for litigation. See, this is what I was talking about. He was trying to set it up like, oh, I got information. It's good. It might be able to get us off of this. Remember, they talked about Christina Corum, KK, the chief of staff. So he's sending her messages. Remember, they said she wasn't talking to Diddy for a while. So Diddy's sending her messages so she won't testify or go against him. Hey, I found this phone. I didn't delete nothing in there. This is good for us. Praying emoji. You know what I mean? So Diddy's trying to get KK to either talk or come back to his side, because once all of this stuff went down, she's separated. So that's what they're talking about. These voice notes are from Diddy to her, but they're like, no, you can't play that. What about the defense questioning Jane about this without introducing the voice note? That might confuse the jury. The defendant was trying to feed Jane a narrative throughout their relationship. The hearsay rule precludes this. If the defendant wants to take the stand and subject himself to cross-examination, then fine. So basically, they're saying if Diddy want to get up here and explain what this voice note is, because we're not playing it, because we're not confusing people, and you wasn't even talking to Christina Corum anyway, and that would be hearsay because it's not from Diddy to her, well, to Jane, who was on the stand doing the witness, you know, saying the witness. They like, no, that's just hearsay. That's just hearsay. So you can't play that. But if Diddy would like to take the stand and get up here and explain what that audio was about, then yeah, come on up here. We're fine with that. Diddy, come on down. We want to hear what you got to say about the situation. So the prosecution trying to trick Diddy into it. Diddy, if this is such good information that you had, that was going to be the smoking gun to get you off, come on up here and just testify. It ain't nothing. We're going to have you up here maybe an hour, 2 hours maybe. Come on up here. Take the stand. Take the stand. I don't think Diddy going to do it though. If the defendant wants to take the stand and subject himself to cross-examination, then fine. The questions without the voice note would not be for the truth of the matter asserted. This would be a backdoor way to get this in. So they're basically saying, since we're not submitting it, if you play it out loud, then we still got to submit the audio that was put in. So it's just a backdoor way to get it in. Kind of similar to what they were talking about with Brianna. They said Brianna's recollection was the 24th of September to the 29th, but then they found the phone messages between Cassie and KK that was on the 30th. So they didn't get to admit that into evidence, but they did get to submit it the next day. So it is in the evidence now. So that's how they just backdoored putting the screenshot in there instead of having it read out loud. Once there is a motive to fabricate, the statements cannot come in as a prior consistent statement. This fact pattern does not appear to have previously arisen. 2 time periods, defense argues it will be improper. They post-date the lawsuit. I know we are delayed in bringing in the jury, so I don't want to push it about getting this in. Go ahead and push it. It's just that the government already put in a lot of messages on this. Comey, the state said, we want in her. I felt obligated, but 98% of the time. So right now, we don't know if Diddy taking the stand. Right now, they talking about that phone. They talking about that phone, and the defense is trying to say, this would be improper, because initially they were saying it was privileged. Remember last night they spoke about it being privileged, but it wasn't Diddy texting a lawyer. The only thing that's privileged is you and your attorney, not you texting an assistant. That's not privileged. So that's why they were saying it was improper, and they're trying to bring this up now. But the judge is like, we ain't playing it. But now the state is saying, we want to put this in, Put this in evidence. She said she felt obligated 98% of the time. So 2% of the time she was with it. He's a narcissist. I mean, this is Diddy, man. We ain't going nowhere. I'm going to reserve. Now we can bring in Jane. Your Honor, we made an application through your deputy. Judge, I think it's reflected on the post-it note. Question: isn't this post-it note now judicial document? Will it be docketed? Yeah, I mean, if the application is dated, it should be on the post-it note. You throw that in the case file. Judge, let's have a brief discussion in the roving room with Jane and Jane's counsel. So everyone goes in the back. Tina said, "Can I come?" Judge said, "Of course." Is this about the hit list of publications Jane's counsel said she would submit, but it's not in the docket? So basically, all this is just a lot of legal jargon here. We don't know nothing about this. Well, I don't. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a doctor. Counsel, including the Jane, are still in the roving room. The judge, Diddy has been taken by the marshals back into a holding cell, a bathroom break. And what topic will witness Jane's counsel be getting so play as jury waits? That was 9:59, so 10:05. Counsel are back from the roving room. Shapiro and Steele huddle around Diddy, talking with him. A decision to be made. 10:08. Xavier Donaldson goes from the middle to the back table to talk with Diddy. Meanwhile, Mark is in the front talking with Comey. Jane is not on the witness stand. Nicole Westmoreland, too, is back with Diddy. He sits surrounded by 5 to 6 lawyers talking and gesturing with his hands. 10:30. Now Diddy is speaking one-on-one with Nicole Westmoreland and Discro. Well, that wouldn't be one-on-one if he's talking to 3 different people. Diddy speaking one-on-one with Nicole Westmoreland. Discro and Xavier Donaldson are between the tables. This all began before 10 a.m., more than a half hour now. 10:40. A moment ago, Diddy was smiling and laughing. He now put his head in his hands. So what was the post-it note? And when will it be docketed? 6 minutes ago. Can we proceed? Mark said he had a discussion in the back. Mr. Combs was not present. I would like to lodge this objection. We litigated this over pseudonyms. Let's take a step back. Jeez Louise, we haven't even got started. So I started at the right time. I can clear the courtroom if needed. Mark said no need. I will confirm with my comments to an open court. A reason trials and names are public. So a reason trials and names are public is so people who were there can come forward. We objected to the pseudonyms with Mia. Now this. Why you wait to the last day though? You know what I mean? Why you wait to the last day to talk about all these pseudonyms? And if you didn't want it with Mia, you should have brought that up before we even did 6 days, man. Mark said that events in the hotels on January 24th, 2024, I appreciate the balancing, but we maintain we maintain the right to fully public trial remains. We didn't consent to these events, should not be fully public. Part of the public nature of trials is for the information to reach the public so other witnesses can come forward. I wanted my client to hear this. Ms. Comey, as long as you answer remains no, we are fine. Jeez Louise. Their argument to say that the name is an attempt to harass judge. And this event in the hotel is not one of the alleged acts of sex trafficking. It's just collateral. It's not a real concern. The identity of those, there is not a defense. Gee Louise, we just. All right, so it's messing back up when we click. Yeah, we're gonna see. Well, this is where we're at. So we didn't miss anything this morning. We didn't miss a damn thing. I'm getting back. I'm over here trying to grab me something to eat before we get on the live. We get over here and they just been sitting in the back, man. They could have did all of this after work last night. It's 1 hour ago, my bad. Let me see what Jules got over here. All right, so she's behind. I don't know if they're gonna do another plea deal. They might maybe next week. I think this week they're just gonna try to get everyone done and get their summary witness and show like, all right, we got all this information. I mean, we already got a lot of information that's been provided from both sides. But I don't think they're gonna do a plea deal till it gets a little bit closer. Let them, you got to let them sweat a little bit. Apply that pressure. See if you're gonna back down. Taking a plea deal, I mean, it might be a good thing. It's if you're facing life and they can give you 15 to 20 years, maybe you take that. But what are you pleading guilty to? Is it just a racketeering, or are you getting what I'm saying, the X acts? Then they make you an offender. You know what I mean? Like, what extent are we talking about on this plea deal? No one knows how much they offered the first time, but you can assume maybe 20 years, maybe 20 to 30. If he's facing life, I don't think they were going to give him less than, I don't think they were going to give him no 10 years sentence. I think they would want him to sit down for a little bit. But no one knows. Let me see. Diddy. So it says he rejected a plea deal May 1st, 2025. According to NBC News. Let me see if they got the details of the plea deal were not made public, according to a YouTube report. Confirms he rejected the plea deal. Let's see if there's anything. Have you rejected the government plea deal? Said, yeah. Who's overseeing the trial? Yes, I do, Your Honor. Yeah, so it had to be at least 20 years. Definitely had to be at least 20 years if he declined it. Shit, I don't know. I may have took, if they offered 15 years, I may have took 15. I may have took 15. I mean, unless you just feel 15 and put them at what, 70 years old? Shit, my pop's 74. My pop's still out here kicking, man. You still have a good 10 years, 10, 12 years. Yeah, I may have took it. I may have took what was that plea again? Slide that plea deal over here. Yeah, so we have no idea how long it really was. But like I said, if he's facing life, I'm assuming it was like around the 15 to 30 years.
Fellas looking for a quarterback?
The GOAT!
These do bring on the eyes.
Dix is the GOAT.
Major developments tonight involving the case against Sean Diddy Combs, what he decided in court today, and what this now means, the move coming just 4 days before his trial is set to begin. Here's Aaron Katursky.
Tonight, Sean Combs makes it official. He's rejecting the government's offer to plead guilty and spare himself the possibility of a prolonged term in prison. When asked if he turned down the offer, Combs answered, "Yes, I do, Your Honor," as he stood in a baggy beige jail uniform. Terms were not disclosed, but prosecutors did say a plea could result in a shorter sentence for Combs than if he's convicted. The decision guarantees Combs will face trial beginning just 4 days from now that will test whether one of music's most prolific figures used his power, wealth, and fame to sexually exploit both women and men for decades. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution charges that accused him of coercing alleged victims into prolonged drug-fueled sexual activity that he called freak-offs and threatening them into silence. At trial, Combs will ditch the jail garb and wear ordinary clothes, as his lawyers argue the evidence shows consenting adults being intimate in their own way.
Jury selection begins Monday. David, prospective jurors have already started answering written questions. If Combs is convicted, he faces what could amount to a life sentence. David?
Aaron Katersky was following this case for us. Aaron, thank you.
So I'm not seeing anything that says everything just saying he rejected it, but we don't. I guess Diddy, he believes he's innocent, man. He got, you know what I'm saying? He got the right. Take it to court. Yes, we just sitting around, man. We are just sitting around trying to figure out if they're going to reveal her name. I mean, they might as well. We didn't already grown to know her. We love Jane Doe. We don't know who Daphne Joy is. Daphne Joy is the one that made these decisions. Jane Doe is the one, the level-headed one telling the story. You know what I mean? When you get your movie made after you got the person playing you, but then you got you know what I'm saying, you narrate it. You know what I mean? We cool with Jane Doe. We ain't got no issues with Jane Doe. It was Daphne Joy that was doing all of this. So now she reflecting over it. We cool with Jane Doe. So we might as well stick it out. That's what we've been calling her, Jane Doe, the whole time. Keep it at Jane Doe, man. It's too late, man. That's her new name. Whenever you see her on Instagram, you know how the internet is. You gotta bully somebody. So yeah, every time she posts, they can be like, hey, Jane Doe. So right now we really don't know, man. I know she thinking, I got a flight tonight. They like, the hell with that flight. I ain't gonna lie, if they would have summoned me to court, man, I would have been like, all right, they would have called me up there Friday. I would have said, I'm leaving Tuesday. So all I can have is Friday and Monday. Y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do, but I gotta get up. Well, I mean, technically, the court can make you miss that flight. So yeah, I probably would have said I got a flight Wednesday. The hell with Thursday. That's too long. That's 6 days up there. Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, man, fuck that. Yeah. So let me see. All right, all right. Jurors, I apologize how long it took. We did things to save you time. Jane is still under oath. Proceed. All right, so nothing changed. So they wasted 2 hours this morning on nothing. Well, I won't say it was on nothing, but it was 2 hours, and I joined an hour and a half late, and we're all caught up within 30 minutes. So that's good. That plays in our favor. Well, they said the All-Star night there was a hurricane. There was a hurricane that canceled it. So I don't know what they mean by that. Is it a literal hurricane or just some ish that they talking? We'll start this at 31. 31, so we got all rise. Let me see. CNN ain't got no update for us. Hopefully we still finish at 3 today. That's definitely what we need. Finishing at 3 today. The hell? No, man. Who the fuck? Why did they send me a goddamn email? Hold on. Hey, who is Avril Hall? Oh, never mind. I see. Okay, I see what you. All right, I was wondering who the hell sent me this email about Diddy in Kakistan. All right, yeah, I see your email. It's from 4 o'clock, but it's just now popping up on my phone. I was wondering, I was like, who the fuck is sending me an email about Diddy? The feds is listening. All right, we good. All right, I'm gonna go back and forth through there. I don't know if I can stream. I don't know if I can stream that person's channel. I don't want them to hit me with a copyright. But I'll check it out on my phone though and see what they say. All right. Nah, Diddy didn't send me no email. What's the name did? F did. Yeah, they shooting people over. I'm in Germany. I ain't got to worry about no guns. So, it's rare. The last shooting that I knew about in Germany was at a McDonald's, and that was like 4 hours away from where I was living back in maybe 2016. All right, here we go. We got us an update. Also, it was barring identities from the 2024 hotel. All right. The judge upholds a ruling for barring disclosure of identities in January 24. Mark emphasized the importance of a public trial, noting that public proceedings can prompt members of the public to come forward with additional information about events described. Jane testified on direct that while she was separated from Diddy in January 24, she traveled to Vegas with an unnamed rapper and his friends for a birthday celebration. So Diddy's team is trying to expose whoever that rapper was. Diddy's team is trying to throw whoever they can in front of the bus. So it'll slow down. You remember that movie Speed where you couldn't slow down? That's what we on right now. The judge is keeping this thing going. So what they trying to do is throw some distractions in front of the bus. Yeah, so Diddy can try to jump up off the bus before it blow up. So they like, hey, judge, January 2024, Jane Doe was talking about some random rapper in The Entertainer. What was the rapper's name? We want to admit the rapper's name so people can hear who was in that room. We want to hear that too, judge. But since it doesn't have anything to do with the case, they're not going to bring up those people's name. Now, if it was to say that Diddy flew him there and paid for the hotel and paid for the entertainer, then yeah, you could bring it up because Diddy was paying for that and all of them would be witnesses. But this didn't have nothing to do with that. All right. So James back on the stand. All right. We should be good now. All rise. I apologize. This is to help you guys out. Tina said, good morning. Let's look at your message where you said, I feel as your lover, I wanted to please you. Push through. What you really wanted was to cuddle with Mr. Combs, our intimate time. Tell me about that mobile TV you got him. It was an LG cordless. You can move it around and see your movies on it. Yes. Let me see something. LG. Wonder if it was one of these. I don't know if you can watch videos on there. And it's got to be small enough. Let me see, 32. Was it one of these TVs, like something like this? She said it was a TV you could move around. So it may have been something like this. Oh, that's nice. So this is how they were watching movie nights. They had a little LG TV, portable. They on the couch with it. You know how Diddy getting antsy. Diddy rubbing his head on her head and rubbing his hand on his other head. And he talking about, you want me to bring Paul over, the Punisher over? Who you want me to bring over? The Italian? Don? Who you want me to bring over? Sly? So this is how they were watching the hotel party highlights. Diddy had a Meek Mill video on over here, and then they had the hotel nights over on this little TV. And that is a dope little TV, though. What does that cost? $1,000? I don't know if I would ever use it, but yeah, $1,000, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. My bad. We getting a little sidetracked. Mine will not be used for free calls, but it will definitely be used. Oh, you can put this on the couch? Hey, no lie. If I got one of those miniature TV, I might get one of those. I always got to connect through Wi-Fi, though. My Wi-Fi barely be strong enough to have the computer on and the phone on. That would be dope to have that, because it's a touch screen. If I could have that sitting right here, and instead of having the board, we can have an actual touch screen, and we can act like we in the future. $1,000, huh? All right, we're gonna look into that. We're gonna look at. Oh, the Wi-Fi is right here. It's just the German Wi-Fi, man. It is what it is. I mean, it's good, but then some days it be acting a fool. But yeah, this is okay. This might be an investment right here, guys. It's only $1,000. Oh, and it got wheels on it. Okay, yeah. I might. And then I can take that out on the. Okay, yeah, I might get one of these. $1,000 or $84 a month. All right, let's get back. So they got the mobile TV was cordless. You can move it around. So I'm thinking that's the TV right there. The only thing is I would need a reason to use it. Like I don't even use this 65-inch. Just here. Every now and then I'll turn it on. But I ain't got my hard drive plugged up over there, so I ain't. Oh, I got a fire stick. I got two 4K fire sticks. I never they were the new ones. I never unlocked them or anything, or put what's the name on it to watch movies. I like just using my laptop. All right. After Cassie's lawsuit went public, how were things? I came to find out that another woman had the same experiences I had. I put that energy on him, and he was already down. So resentment. Everything was hard. A hard month, yes. Chris, thank you for that 1999. Thanks for keeping me entertained. The last few weeks. I was about to say something else. Thanks for keeping me entertained for the last few weeks while I clean everyone's house but mine. Hey man, it'd be like that. It'd be like that. They be at work asking me, hey man, what happened last night? I be having to break this shit down at work. I don't even be trying to talk about it, but that's how I be getting out of work. I'm like, man, y'all heard Diddy did this. Oh, damn, for real? That shit crazy. I'm like, yeah. All right. So we're just waiting for some updates. We got some voice notes here We'll go back to the cordless TV. Oh man, it's jumping around. Okay, they got the cordless TV at the Cassie lawsuit. How did you feel? A hard month? Yes, a hard month. So, all right, we're here. Let's play the voice note. Diddy's voice. I don't want to be in a relationship like this. I don't want to make anyone feel like this. Let's end this cycle so you don't feel like I wasted your life. Are there more messages like this? Yes. Can I airdrop? What you mean on that TV? I can't airdrop. I don't have any Apple devices in my studio. So Diddy over here talk about I don't want to be in a relationship like this. I can't do it. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Let's end the cycle. I don't want to make you feel like you wasted your life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? What Diddy thought he was gonna be doing with this bag and shit? Diddy's trying everything he could, right? Oh yeah. What's the name was found guilty again? Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, they found him guilty again yesterday. He was already serving. He was already serving 16 years. Are there more messages like this? They said, yeah. No, I don't. If Diddy took the stand, Diddy would just be defendant. I mean, Mr. Combs. I apologize. So you'd have to call him Mr. Combs when he was up there. We couldn't call him Diddy. But I don't have the. Well, I could be wrong, man. But I'm just gonna say I don't believe that Diddy will really get on the stand. That would do nothing but damage him. And there's nothing that he can tell us that'll make us look at him and say, you know what? Diddy might be right. Nah. And I think that'd be bad because then they're gonna ask you about all the stuff. How many times did you buy this? Do you got text messages? You and Paul talking, you and Don talking, you and Sly. What did you do with that DNA? And you know they're gonna try to embarrass him up there, even though this can't get any more embarrassing than this. But they'll definitely be asking Diddy. So when victim one said you would go in the other room and put DNA on you, what made you feel like you needed to do that? What possessed you to think of that? Did you learn that somewhere, or you were the innovator? What is this? Mm. Yeah, see, look, now the Twitter's going back out of control again. Jeez Louise. All right. Did Diddy often say to you, a solutions person, I just want solutions? He said, I'm a solutions person. I just want solutions. She said, yes. You wrote, I tolerate it. I took on a lot in these rooms. Please don't discredit me. And he wrote, never discredit you. You wrote that you wanted $100,000 for each wasted here. You wrote, wait. You wrote that you wanted $100,000 for each wasted here and more than $450,000. You wrote this, right? Yes. And you said you were thinking about hurting yourself. And he said, Don't. He cared. I don't know about that. What the fuck is going on here? So she asked Diddy for $100,000 for every time they wasted something, or he wasted her time? Because if that's the case, even me, I'm like, man, I don't know if you can get 100,000 for each time you wasted, because I think this nigga was wasting your life the whole time. But shit, you in a $10,000 house. Yeah, this isn't like good at all for the defense. So she's saying she wanted some money from how Diddy was treating her, but she never threatened to sue. Shit, you gotta try, guys. Y'all know how it goes. You got to try. Looks like the defense is starting to lose it in the fourth quarter. All right. You said you didn't have friends at the time. Objection, Your Honor. I can rephrase. You said you talked about your feelings with Sean because you didn't have other people. Okay. Sean still paid your rent? Yes. Yeah, I don't know why Diddy would continue to pay the rent. 4 minutes ago. All right. Did Sean often tell you he was focused on finding solutions? You mentioned that you endured a lot in these situations. Um, and asked not to be dismissed in response. He said he would never dismiss, right? Yes. You wrote that you wanted, okay, here we go. You wrote that you wanted $100,000 for each year you felt was wasted. In total, $450,000. That was the message, right? Where'd she get $450,000 from when they were only talking for 3.5 years? She's trying to get over on Diddy. You mentioned having thoughts of self-harm, and he responded by telling you not to, saying he cared. I'm not sure about that. All right, and then we got the rephrase after the objection. I don't know where this math is coming from, but shit, you gotta try. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let's see if CNN gives us a decent update. Jay says after Cassie lawsuit, Diddy told her he didn't know how she felt and apologized. See, all this apologies and stuff that Diddy doing. This is how things go wrong, man. This is how things go wrong and you get caught up. Next thing you know, you doing 45 years to life. Talking about how did they give me life. All right. The $9,000 from Bear, you had known him from your modeling days, yes. Did you have to do any work for that 9,000? No. The rappers you mentioned, was he close with Diddy? Yes. Video, can't see without sound. Oh, so they might be playing a video of who it is. All right, so we need to figure out who this guy is and what time frame it is. I think this is the New Year's, the January 24th. Maybe she recorded something on her phone. Hmm. You know, we all curious to find out who the hell this person is. We are all curious. Jane says after Cassie's lawsuit, Diddy told her he didn't know how she felt. When they got back up here from December 23 after Cassie's lawsuit, Jane said Diddy um, was going through a difficult period for both of them. They were both equally pulled from their own emotional battlefields, like every which way. She said that she had hit a wall in a relationship and that there was a lot to wrap around her head. And she was expressing her feelings while he was simultaneously under fire for a lot of things. Jane confirmed that around this time, Diddy told her he was not aware of how she felt. She testified that he was sorry and she felt away and didn't want to make it feel like that anymore. At the time, you believed him, right? Defense lawyer said. She said, yeah, I did. From that period, Jane and Diddy started encouraging her to be more communicative with him. Look at Diddy. He's stepping up to the plate. I just want you to talk to me more. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what's on your mind. So we can't see who's on the video. It might either be a video between her and Diddy, or it could be for January in Las Vegas with the rapper. But I know they're talking about Bear here. And remember, Bear gave her $9,000 to get her on her feet. And then that's where Diddy was talking about, hey, man, they're giving you money, man. What the hell's going on? All right, let me see something. The rapper, they would record together. He's also an icon in the music industry. Yes. You went to the birthday party with the rapper's wife or girlfriend. Did you know Anton traveled with them? Yes. And Mr. Diddy knew? Yes. So whoever this rapper is, they hire freak offs too. And remember, the rapper was in there with his girlfriend or wife, and they were watching Anton smash some random chick. But we don't know who this is. And how many songs does Diddy and Kanye have? Gotta move on. Guard down and creeping. Don't know about that. Hmm. That's 2015. But when they say recorded together, man, this thing could be from decades ago, man. You know how that be. Oh yeah, they worked together. Man, that shit was 30 years ago. Yeah, they were close friends. Yeah, he told me that Diddy was the feds. I got it from here. Yay, damn. The rapper they were recorded together in the music industry. Diddy knew. When Anton was having X with the woman, how many people were in the room? 7 or 8 just watching? The rapper was flirting with you. Yes. Now, it couldn't be Ye. It couldn't be Ye. Ye don't know how to flirt. Ye don't know how to flirt, especially this latter Ye, 23. Like I say, pandemic Ye up until now, that nigga don't know how to flirt. Maybe the old shy Kanye, but this new nigga, he don't know how to flirt. That nigga's direct with it. So I don't think it's Ye, man. Ye too direct to be doing some flirting. Like, how do you even flirt? You know what I mean? How do you flirt? What's up, girl? I see you. Yeah, you see Anton throwing that thing, don't you? Like, how are you flirting when there's a nigga fucking something and there's like 7 other people in the room with you? Like, what type of flirting are they doing? Like, yeah, girl, you see that? Yeah, you know, if I put that thing on you, you would be able to handle it. You know, they call me Yeezus. Hell no, it can't be Ye. It can't be my boy Ye. Ye don't do no flirting, man. Y'all don't know Ye, man. I'm about to go put on my vulture shirt, man. Ye don't do no flirting. Ye tell it like it is. Gotcha. Gotcha. It looks like we got footage from the hotel room. Listen to this. You flashed a breast to the room. Y'all see this? Who asked you to? Jane said it was just in the moment. What did the rapper say to you? That he had always wanted to blank me. So he had a crush on you? Yes. He always wanted to blank me. He always wanted to talk to me? No. He always wanted to hug me? No. He always wanted to thank her? No. He always wanted to, what is that blank? What did the rapper, so she flashed her breast and the rapper said that he always wanted to blank me. What does blank mean? Yeah, he wanted to play basketball. He wanted to sign her to a label, get her to model. What does blank mean? This seems like something the younger crowd would know a little. Y'all more accustomed to these freak offs and 10 niggas in a room watching one nigga bang something out. So what does blank mean? Apply the sausage to the bun, hot sauce on the burrito, put my meat in your taco. What are we talking about? What does blank mean? So we got to figure that out. I need to look up the definition of what does blank mean. What does blank mean? Bare, empty, or plain. So what, he wanted to knock it out, like empty out the closet? Showing incomprehension or no reaction. A space left to be filled. So he wanted to blank her. It was a space that needed to be filled. So he was trying to fill in the blank. Oh, he was trying to fill in the blank. Oh, okay, I got it now. Okay, we're good. We're good, guys. He was just trying to fill in the blank. Y'all thinking in the gutter. He was just trying to fill in the blank. There's a little pocket. Women have this little pocket thing, and he was trying to fill that pocket up because it was blank, but he was trying to fill that pocket up because they say rappers are artists. So you're trying to fill that pocket up. Okay, I get it. So he wanted to blank her, fill the pocket. Okay, we got it. We're understanding. We're tracking. We're following. We're good to go. Hot pockets. Ooh, be careful when you bite into a hot pocket. Burn your damn tongue. Be careful when you bite into a hot pocket. All right, so we heard he wants to fill in a blank. How did Carbo Sly, how did he get brought up? They asked if I knew anyone else in this lifestyle. I said yes. At the time, I thought Carbo as a safe, confidential person. That was for the rapper and his partner. Hmm. At least we're learning new stuff, you know? At least we're learning new stuff. All right. So she's setting niggas up to participate in this lifestyle she thought would be safe and confidential for them. Bear sent $9,000. I guess they're trying to get into Bear getting $9,000 to, you know what I mean? Getting $9,000 for her to set these events up. So maybe she's taking her past experience and putting it on her resume and setting up her own little freak offs to make some money on the side. Maybe that's what the defense is trying to get at, which will be interesting to see how that plays out. Jane said she flew on a music icon's private jet to Las Vegas in January 24. The defense revisited a January 24 Las Vegas trip where Jane, one of Sean's accusers, all right, damn, they don't have to put that every time. She confirmed that she went on the trip with her friend and that they flew on a rapper's private jet. She said Diddy was unaware of the trip because they were on a break at the time. She asked if the rapper was an icon, which we're hitting that it might be Kanye because Kanye is one of the only icons in the music industry and very close to Diddy. And Jane agreed. She confirmed the trip was for a birthday of the rapper's girlfriend or wife. All right, so you know what we got to do, guys. What is Kanye's wife name? January 5th. All right, guys, it's Kanye West. It's Kanye West. Remember, the beginning of January. Her birthday is January 5th. This is in 23 going into 24. He wasn't with Kim K in 23, 24. Because he's been with her since 22. All right. So now my nigga, yay, man. No, man, we not believing this, man. Ye may be fucked up in the head, but we ain't believing this. No, we not believing this. What do I know? Oh, not my nigga, yay. Not my nigga, yay. He fucked up in the head, but my nigga don't participate in freak offs. No, not my nigga, yay. He gotta go down too. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with, man. They didn't got my boy Ye. I don't know Ye like that in real life. I'm just entertainment purposes. I do fuck with his music, but I don't know that nigga, and I don't care if that nigga gets tied up in it. But now my nigga Ye, no, she's lying. I'm with Diddy. She's lying. She's on the stage lying, Your Honor. Perjury. She's lying. She's lying. Bianca's birthday. So she was turning what? 95. What is this? 25. So she's 30, 28. She was turning 28. 28, 29. Bianca was in Las Vegas for her 29th birthday bash. She celebrated with family and friends. Kanye posted a heartfelt Instagram message acknowledging her role as an amazing stepmom. There were reports of her dancing with Penelope Cruz on the dance floor at the... Oh, now my nigga, yay. This is some bullshit. Oh, she had them things out too. Oh, man, she had them things out too. No, this ain't right. This ain't right. Have some decency, man. Ye ain't have nothing to do with this. Who is this? Lionel Richie? Oh, no, that's the butler or the waiter. I thought that was Lionel Richie. Damn. They didn't got Ye. They didn't got Ye into this bullshit, man. Fuck that. I'm putting in a class action lawsuit against Diddy, man. You going down by yourself. Don't be bringing other people in here. But guess what?
Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on. Okay. All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed.
Damn, man. So Ye was going at Diddy. Diddy was trying to meet up with him. Remember, he was like, where you at so we can meet face to face? Because he wanted to talk to him. Yeah, Playboy, I got you on tape, nigga. Yeah, my girl, Jane Doe, was over there recording, nigga. Oh, man, so Diddy does have tapes of niggas. So that's why Ye didn't like it. And Ye was, because remember, he had the 2024 run. So this is, oh, man, so it's all making sense. It's all making sense, y'all. Ye was at the hotel with Jane Doe. We know that because his girl's birthday is January 5th. They were there for a New Year's. They were there celebrating the birthday. She said that as a music icon, and it was his wife/girlfriend, and they were there celebrating during a birthday. So Ye got dragged into this.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my coat car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about, you shut the fuck up about Michael. Right. I'm Michael now. Right.
Oh, damn. They done got, all right. Well, let me tell you something. This is just more entertaining for us. More nigga shit that we get to sit back, kick off our shoes, and laugh at. Like, damn, these niggas got all this money just to do some stupid shit. So this is just more entertainment for us. We'll be here for the Kanye trial if there is a Kanye trial. But let's go back. The rapper, they recorded together. He was also an icon in the music industry. You went to the birthday with the rapper's wife or girlfriend. Which is right here, the birthday dinner with the things out. But she didn't go to the actual birthday dinner. She just went to the hotel room. Girl, you wanna come to my hotel? When Anton was in there knocking off the other woman, how many people were there? 7 or 8 just watching. The rapper was flirting with you. Yes. So I guess Ye was up there flirting. You flash your breast to the room. Who asked you to do that? She said it was just in the moment. What did the rapper say to you? That he always wanted to fuck her. Yeah, we filled in the blank. So he had a crush on you? Yes. How did you bring up Carbo? Sly. I thought he was a confidential person. That was for the rapper and his partner. Yes. How did you know? How did they know to ask you? Maybe they just picked up on the energy or heard that Sean and I were into that lifestyle. You flew to Miami around the time of your birthday. Yes. He set up a grandiose birthday for you. The candles on the walkway, it was very romantic. His heart was beating. Well, obviously, if the nigga's alive, then the heart gotta beat. But she said his heart was beating. I was just about to say that. It was all painted pink and silver. A 5-course dinner. A 5-course dinner. Jeez Louise. Beaten as well. It was just about to say it's all painted pink and silver. I guess the room is. A 5-course dinner. What I wanted from my lover. No eggs for dinner? None. Afterward, you took a pill or he took a pill. And Don came over. Yes, at 1 star. You said you were willing to have X with Don because of the birthday party, right? Yes, it was nice. Damn, they got my boy Yeezy on here, man. God dog it. I was just trying to tell people the other day, man, he just crazy and stupid. That's all. Now I got to put nasty in there. Crazy, stupid, and nasty. But he's a musical genius. This is between you and Paul Arthur, in which you asked, do you have plans for Valentine's Day? Right? You said you wanted to see Paul as a person. Yes. You said after Cassie's lawsuit, you saw changes in Diddy. She said yes. Paul the trainer. That's a funny looking nigga though. You said Sean would write to you. I'm single. I'm poly. And that hurt you. Yes. After the lawsuit, he went to say, we are in a relationship. You are my girlfriend. That mean a lot to you? It did. So after Diddy went to the island with Young Miami, bought a necklace for Gina, was knocking down some other chick, had a baby with another chick, the lawsuit with Cassie drops, the video drops, and now he's telling Jane Doe, we go together. You know we do. You know, we've been going together for the last 3.5 years. You know I've been there for you. Who been there for you? Me. Don't even play me like that. You know it's been us. It's been you and I versus the world. So this nigga waited until it all falls down. This shit fell down on this nigga Diddy, and now he talking about, yeah, you my girlfriend. Before the lawsuit, oh, I'm single, man. So what? I fuck other bitches. I'm single. The lawsuit dropped. You know, we go together, right? Like, don't even be fronting like we ain't been together for 3 years. It's been me and you. No pun intended. Shout out to Cassie. But it's been you and I. It's been you and I. We. You turn that M on that me upside down to we. I went from me to we. You know what I'm saying? Me, we. You know what I mean? It's us now. So after the lawsuit dropped, Diddy changed. Diddy said, fuck that. The same shit that Cassie hitting me with, I'm doing the same thing with Jane Doe. I got to tell her we go together so Jane Doe don't tell her that she don't say nothing about me. What up, Kendall? All right. So, all right, we're getting a kind of understanding. We got Ye into this devilish stuff. Ye is such a Christian. I don't think he would ever do anything like this. All right, we got 2 updates on CNN to give us a recap of what the hell we done went over so we can get the nitty gritty. Yeah, you know how that is. You got to turn that we to me. Or wait, is it me to we? Or we to we? I mean, y'all know what I'm trying to say. To us. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Jane testified about an interaction with the rapper in 24 in Las Vegas. This is a birthday trip in January of 24. She and Diddy, they knew an entertainer by the name of Anton, who her and Diddy had hired before for hotel nights. Jane was a little bit surprised to see Anton at this iconic music mogul hotel room. He was having sex with another woman on the bed while this music icon was flirting with Jane Doe. Also, Jane Doe flashed her breastises in front of everyone in the room. Now we are to believe that this icon, music icon, is probably Kanye because his wife slash girlfriend's birthday is January 5th, 1995. Yeah, you scared as hell. Motherfucker talking about, yeah, we go together. Nigga, I ain't heard you say you had a girlfriend there ever. Let me see what we got over here. But remember when they first started today, he was talking about, I didn't know how you felt. We need to communicate more. Remember? He was saying he didn't know how she felt, but we need to communicate more. So now Diddy trying to get her on the good side. Diddy ain't playing around, is he? Diddy doing what he can. He fighting for his life in them text messages. Diddy is fighting for his life in them text messages, though. He doing too much talking in these messages. But remember, he's trying to get on the good side, because if Cassie did this, there's also a text message right after the incident happened. And remember, Diddy asked, "Are you setting me up?" So, like you guys said, he's paranoid. He's nervous. He don't know what the hell going on. He's high as hell too. The semen demon is, oh, Diddy, come out and play. His mind, he's so horny, he can't think. Remember, he said that. That's his words, not mine. So now he's so horny, he can't think. He's sending messages to get Jane Doe to be on his side, manipulating her, talking about, yeah, we go together. Yeah, that's going to fall up under manipulation because we got 3 years of him saying that they ain't together and that he's going to fuck other women. So now after he gets caught up and he's talking about we need to talk and lift each other up more, now he's telling her we go together. So the court is going to flip that to manipulation, which really is, because this nigga wasn't fucking with her until he felt like, shit, I ain't got no one in my corner. Let me at least hold on to this. But the whole time he ain't know that she was showing them tatas in Las Vegas to his arch nemesis, Big Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? Y to the E. So now she's taking the people that Diddy was hanging out with and hiring, and she's divvying them out. But she got full immunity, so it don't matter what crime she's committing right now, because she needs to tell all crimes right now just so she can get immunity for it. So it won't be something that they come up. No. She can tell a lawyer, no, we brought that up in there. So y'all already knew, like, you can't come at me for that stuff. I brought that up already. So now Diddy's trying to get back with her. And this is before the actual fight night happened within the house that we know is up on the corner house, because I was doing a little bit of investigating. And if someone can give me that address again, I'll show you exactly what I saw yesterday. Because, you know, I was up just BSing, just bullshitting around. And this is what I came across. Damn, what are the previous addresses? Watch this shit. I know you guys going to be like, damn, Mo, what the hell, man? My timeline. No, we need to look at. Damn, what was the address? What was that old address? 1252. Matter of fact, I know exactly where it is on the map. I don't need no address. I don't need no address. I know exactly where it is on the map. Where we at? Long Beach. We got to go up this. I guess I don't remember it was. But anyway, this is what I seen. Damn, where the hell was it? San Fernando. That shit's up in the cut, though. But anyway, it's a video. She's on the bed. And if you look in the mirror, you can see that back wall that we seen in that empty ass backyard. See, this is before she moved over here. I think they took it down. Damn, there's one in the house, man. I'm gonna go back and find it though. I'm gonna go back and find it and show y'all what I saw. I saw it all. Bianca was in the room, so either Bianca was getting smashed or she was just watching. We really have no idea what the hell's going on here. This shit's all over the place. Jane Doe, one of Diddy's accusers, she said she reached out to the entertainer Sly because at the time she thought Sly was a safe person to recommend. Tina Garagos asked Jane why the couple asked her that. Jane responded that it was possible they already suspected that she and Diddy had been involved in similar activities, or they could have just picked up on that energy. Well, she did show the ties. Kanye's definitely going to know if Diddy's doing some freaky stuff like that. Plus, they all do different types of stuff like this. Maybe not paying, but all these celebrities are doing this weird shit. I won't say all, but most. Yeah, 12540. Yeah. Oh, he was off by one neighborhood. But there's a wall around here off of Zillow. This wall right here. You can see it through this window right there, too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me see what Inner City got. Oh, they went and clicked on it then. All right. So after the lawsuit dropped, Diddy said they go together. When you saw the video of Mr. Combs laying hands, when you saw the video of Diddy laying hands on Cassie, you felt sick? I did. That was not the man you knew, right? Now another sidebar. Jeez Louise. See, they trying to make Diddy seem to be the good guy, but she literally said, man, I seen this nigga get to whooping feet. Diddy's a different type of individual. Let's just put it like that. All right, over on CNN, Jane realized that the encounters would be a forever thing. She said she went to Miami in February of 24. It was the first time they were together in person since breaking up in October of 23. Diddy planned a 5-course meal at the property next to the Miami residence, covered the table with gifts and decorations, described a romantic gesture she always wanted from him. They took X at the dinner. She acknowledged that she told the defense in a pretrial meeting that she was willing to have X with an entertainer in front of Diddy later that night because Diddy did everything she wanted for her birthday. She also realized that this was just going to be a forever thing with Diddy referring to the X encounters, aka hotel nights with the entertainers. The jury also saw text between Jane and the entertainer Paul on February 10th when she asked Paul if he had plans for Valentine's. So shoot, Diddy's right back in there. Hold on, let me check something because make sure you hit that like. Where we at? Yeah. Make sure you hit that like button. Let me see something real quick. I think I'm gonna be able to find it. Hold on. History. Oh, it ain't there. I'm trying to find this video. I think was I watching it last night? I ain't gonna be able to find it. But there is a told you I was gonna do a little bit of research. But yeah, I don't think she has it up here anymore. But we can definitely find this hotel though. Looking all good just to be letting all these niggas run through it, man. Ain't that about a bit? Ain't that about a bit? All right, so they got the sidebar. All right. Jane says after Cassie's lawsuit dropped, Diddy became more loving. Jane, the accuser, she said she noticed a positive change in Diddy after Cassie's lawsuit dropped. She testified they had some growth in their relationship after they got back together in February of 24. I felt like I could assert myself a little more. That's because Diddy was scared and nervous. Jane confirmed that Diddy acted more loving towards her and spent more quality time with her. She confirmed that she felt closer with him and the love grew stronger. But all of this happened after the lawsuit dropped, before the video dropped. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to find it. Dude, where the hell was I looking at? Was it on my phone? Anyway, in the video, you can see this wall right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, I didn't do any Reddit deep dives, so all you freaks. You ain't gonna be in that one. All right. There you go. Here you go with the backyard. There go the shower. There go the bathtub. There go the shower. There go the bathtub. Right there. I told you I was doing a little bit of digging last night. So this is it. Oh yeah, I got that, Tika. I'll play it because it's a rare tradition this day and age. Yeah, so this is the crib dola, man, where the freak offs were taking place. For $10,000 a month, you too can stay off in the freak off villa. You too, damn, this bathroom big as hell. You too can stay all in the freak off villa, and there go the wall. You too can stay in the freak off villa. This got to be from Diddy. And there go the stove right there. Jeez Louise. She's showing off in this house though, ain't she? Whole time she taking photos all off in this house. People looking at it like, damn, that house is nice as hell. Diddy paying for this house. Diddy behind bars, getting ready to fight for his life. She just taking photos. And then 13 weeks later, she on the stand telling on this nigga. This is a crazy ass world that we live in, man. This is a crazy ass world that we live in, man. I love it though. I wouldn't trade in one breath that I've taken over these last couple of years. Damn, she in the house, big kicking it. This the furniture she bought. This the furniture she bought with Diddy's 40,000. Damn, man. So this is the living room. This is what the living room looks. Well, probably not around then, but this is where she was running. Remember, she said she was throwing all the candles and the like the wax was everywhere, baby oil was everywhere. This is the living room that they were in. This the kitchen. This the marble where she hit that nigga Diddy's head on the countertop. That's the microwave she slammed Diddy's head into. I just noticed she conveniently has a boob in every corner of the video. Like, hey man, get that thing out. We want to see the food. Over easy eggs, a little bitty ass fucking waffle. Bacon ain't all the way cooked. The hell? Oh hell no! This look like a terrible breakfast. What up, Trill? What up, Miss J? Yeah, so this is the kitchen where Diddy got his head hit on this countertop right here. That's this kitchen. So this is where Diddy got his head hit up against. She was throwing the candles. So we need to see what bedroom door did Diddy bust through. This is the guest bathroom. So this is the bathroom door that Diddy busted through, and then that's the closet over here. So Diddy busted through 4 doors to get to her. There's a big ass. So this is the closet she was in. This ain't no closet. This is like a mini garage. This ain't no damn closet. And the thing, her broke ass couldn't even fill this motherfucking closet up. Oh yeah, Diddy kicked straight through this door. Okay, now we're looking at these handles. Yeah, these are some janky ass handles. She said Diddy kicked these doors off the hinges. Diddy, I don't care how strong Diddy thought he was or how much drugs he wasn't kicking 4 fucking hinges. He wasn't kicking no door off of 4 hinges. He may have broke the glass or something, but he ain't kicked nothing off no hinges. I can't give him that. We not about to make Diddy seem like he me or something, like he that strong. Not saying I'm doing no wild shit like that, but we not gonna say that Diddy that strong. All right, they're back. All right. So we're a little over an hour, but remember they only really been talking to the witness for probably about maybe 15 minutes. You reminded, okay, they're back. You remained in contact with Diddy after the video. Yes, you stayed in Miami with him for a few days. I did. He flew to LA in June with his children. Yes. Yeah, man. Don't believe nothing y'all see over here, man. All of this is green screen behind me. So don't come over here thinking you're gonna rob me or nothing. This is all green screen. Ain't nothing behind me. Just a concrete wall. You hear that? That's pure concrete, man. There's nothing over here. When I go on them trips, I ain't really on those trips. I'm just editing myself there, man. I ain't living like that, man. I ain't living like that. Support the channel, cash app, pin in the chat, MOEDOTJ or super chat. Either one works. Anything helps. $1 here, $2. Yeah, I ain't too proud to beg. You know what I mean? 99 cents to work also. Flew to LA with his children. Fair to see Mr. Combs posted about his road trip with his children on social media. Yes. This is a photo of how you set up the house. Some set up by you, some by Jonathan. And this big bottle of Click Quote. What the fuck is this? Click Quote. Click Quote. What is it? Champagne?
Hi, I'm Keith Beavers, and I am the tastings director of Vine Pair. And today, we're talking about Veuve Clicquot. Yes.
Veuve Clicquot. Okay, Clicquot. And this big bottle Clicquot. They ain't getting lit. And this is a photo of the patio, right? Yes. So we got the patio. This is the patio. And this is a photo of the patio, right? You were drinking champagne. Yes. Now it's 8:30 p.m. Already dark outside. Tequila shots, but no X, right? Right. Jonathan brought the candles. All right. Jonathan's supposed to be taking a stand. It's good champagne. I don't really drink too much champagne like that. I used to everywhere I go, I used to buy like 4 or 5 bottles of Moet wherever I went. That's where we got Mo and the Moets from. You know what I mean? I'm the lead singer, y'all the Moets. You know, Moet could be a woman or a man. It's just having a good time, not a freaky time, but a good time. Yeah, I used to buy a bottle every time I went out. I always have a bottle, man. Moet Mo is what they used to call me back in the day. That was in my heyday. That was back in my heyday, man. Yeah, man. I used to waste money. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to just waste money. This right here, this is the night I met the most beautifulest woman I've ever met in life. That's the only time I ever froze up. Had a bottle of champagne, went down the escalator. There's a club, it's a restaurant called Shaka Zulu's in London, in Camden. But then at night, you go down the escalator, they got like a little thing. It was this woman down there. She had short hair, beautiful. I saved her number wrong, man. To this day, I think I would have settled down and we would have had 4 or 5 kids by now. Life would have been great. But now she's loving some other nigga, and I'm on here talking to you guys, regretting not saving that number the correct way. If I could turn back the hands of time, then my darling, you'd still be mine. All right, let's get back focused. We know we had to put a little bit of singing in there, though. Jane Doe said she was shocked to see the 2016 assault on Cassie. Damn, man, this is a traumatizing. Nah, she ain't looking for me, man. She moved on too fast, man. If she still ain't looking for me now, and it's been, because that was what, 14? No, that was in 15. It's been 10 years. If she still ain't looking for me, man, she gave up on me. I don't even want her no more. If she ain't looking for me, then I don't want her. The defense attorney, Tita, she returned to May of 24 when CNN published videos from the 2016 surveillance video of Diddy assaulting Cassie in the Intercontinental Hotel. Jane confirmed she was shocked to see the video, never seen Diddy act like that before. They asked if Diddy had tried to get into a program to address his actions in the video, and Jane said she recalled that. Prosecutors objected. Garrigo suggested that the program didn't accept him. The attorneys then went to a sidebar with the judge. After the sidebar, they moved on. Because how would she know that they didn't accept him? Like, oh, yeah, they didn't. And Diddy just didn't want to go. They moved on from the question about the program. Jane confirmed that months after the Intercontinental Assault video first came out, it was a difficult time for Diddy. I bet it was. He couldn't do nothing that he wanted to. So this is the witness right here, Jonathan Perez. Jonathan brought the candles. Play the video. Music and a video of Diddy's voice. Championship Boston Celtics. June 17, 24. All right, so that's where we're at. Music and the voice of Diddy, Boston champion, the Celtics. Half an hour later, you were fighting, right? Yes. You testified you called him a PDF foul, even though you knew she was not underage, right? Yeah, that's just a telltale sign. She just older and mad that he was messing with a younger chick. That's all that was. But even I said, I don't think Diddy, and I don't, well, in this situation, I didn't believe that it was a PDF type situation. She was just younger than Diddy and younger than her, so she was getting mad. But definitely, I didn't, no, I didn't think it was that. Now, if there are some allegations of that, then that's on Diddy. But as far as this instant, I didn't think that that's what it was. You called him a PDF foul, even though you knew she was not underage, right? And you pushed his head into the counter. I did. Right here, guys. This is the countertop right here. There's the countertop right here that they hit Diddy's head on. So rent is $10,000, but you can go to the landlord and tell them, no, I actually heard that case right there. You can't charge $10,000 for an assault house. We got to look at more like $1,500 a month because I know what went down in this house. And these floors, nah, that shit seeps into the marble. No, this is disgusting. I know you're charging $10,000 a month for rent, but I can do $1,500, not a penny more. So you need to use that for your leverage. You had never had a physical altercation with him, right? I had not. You pushed medium hard, yes. And you threw a candle, yes. So that's the bottle right there. What's this, 45? Blood seeps into everything. All right. So we wait. We wait and we wait. So they got the tape right before. So somebody was recording right before the fight kicked off. All right, what do we got? Well, so Jonathan came over, helped set up. We're thinking that it is June June 17th, 24. Jonathan came, helped set up the candles. We know Jonathan's going to take the stand. Either they have the summary witness come up next or Jonathan's taking the stand, I think. We did get 3 names. Yeah, what is medium strong? Like medium hard? Okay, when you say you locked the door, was it a button? Yes. So he did not force a physical lock, but a button lock. Yes. What was he saying? That I'm crazy, a lot of yelling. You go in the closet. Yes. So now we're going to follow through, guys. So we were in the kitchen. First, we was out on the patio. Boom, we go into the kitchen. We go through this door right here. It's an open floor plan. We got it wide open. We in California. Boom, we in here. There's a lot of throwing shit. They arguing. Boom, medium hard. Diddy's head against the countertop. Bow. Oh shit, my motherfucking head. So then she takes off. She runs down this hallway here. Run past the guest room. Boom. Now we got the master bedroom. She goes through the master bedroom. She comes through the master bedroom bathroom. She closes this door here and then she runs into the closet. She's in this closet here. Diddy begins to break through the doors. Boom. Open up the goddamn door, you crazy motherfucker. Open the goddamn door up. Open this motherfucker. Hey, don't be locking the doors here. So she's in the bed. She's in the bathroom. She's back here with the door locked. She ran through 3 doors. Boom. Diddy kicked through the first door. Oh, Diddy, don't do that. Don't do that. Diddy trying to get through the next door. Now, it's not a turn lock. It's just a button lock. But he didn't force his way physically through a lock, but a button lock. So it just, press the lock on the back of the door. That's why I say there had to be some weak doors. Boom. Diddy gets through the front door. Now she's in the bathroom door, in the closet door. 2 more doors are closed. Open up. Where you at? You gonna come and talk to me? You got my head leaking. I want a freak off, Diddy. Boom. He busted through the damn bathroom door. Now she's in the closet. She's crying. She's screaming. She's never been in this type of situation before. She's never seen this side of Diddy. All she knows is the video that she's seen of Diddy. And now she's thinking, oh, I don't want this to happen to me. She did hit Diddy upside the head against the countertop, but Diddy taking it too far because he's pursuing her. He's going through 3 deterrents to stop him from getting to her. He done went through the master bedroom. Boom. The bathroom. Boom. We at the last spot. We at the bathroom door next to the closet. Open up in there. I bought all those clothes. The shoes on your feet. I bought it. The clothes on that hanger. I bought it. So Diddy trying to get into the damn bathroom closet door. Boom. He kicks this door open. And we know from her testimony with the prosecution, she shakes Diddy. Diddy goes to grab her. She goes up under his arms. She runs up out of there. And then this from here is when she runs out the front door of the house, which takes us to back to here. So she runs out the front door of the house because Diddy's trying to get her out the master bedroom, which is over here on this back side, because the open floor plan, the living room is back here. You got the garage. The master bedroom is here. This is the other garage right here off the side. So she's over here in this bedroom here, and Diddy, he tries to get her, but he might be a little discombobulated from getting hit upside the head with that marble. So she runs up out this door, and she says she runs down the street, but she's quiet because she doesn't want the neighbors to know. And she hides somewhere within this neighborhood for a good 2 hours. From her testimony that we heard with the prosecution, let's see if it changes up any. Now, remember, we were wondering, damn, my damn eyes watering up. We were wondering how she had time to change clothes in that closet. Now, we're all thinking our regular small ass closets that we got, but if you go back and look at this closet, geez Louise, my damn eyes fucked up. There's more than enough time to get changed in this closet. There is enough space for a full car in this closet. So she changed up her clothes because remember she said she had to put on some running attire to get the hell up out of here. So you go in the closet, yes. You take your working out seriously, right? She said yes, but you did not put on activewear, but rather a dress. Why? Because I could put it on easily. Wait, she told us she changed clothes into, she had on, no, she said she had on a brown dress and then she went in the closet and changed clothes. So I don't know, maybe we're missing a part here. But remember, after the altercation, you said you ran and hid behind the wall. Where was your phone? Back in the house. When you went back, you saw Mr. Combs. He was out on the street. So Diddy's out here walking around or something, looking around. Where's she at? Where's she at? So when you get back, you saw Mr. Combs. He was on the street. This had been hours. It had. Jane says she and Diddy argued about another woman in June of 24, which we found out is actually the day that the Celtics won, which the Celtics won on June 17, 24, because in the background, we heard the champions, the Boston Celtics. So we got us a time frame, we got us a location, we got our subjects, and we got the action. Jane Doe says she and Diddy argued about another woman in June of 24. The night of June 18th. Well, it went over into June 18th because it was actually on the 17th. So it was, they said it was a little bit later after the video. So whatever time that happened, the championship happened, they were fighting after midnight. So it went into the next day. She estimated by the time the argument had begun, they had each already consumed 2 shots of tequila, 2 glasses of champagne. She also confirmed that the woman that they were arguing about lived in Miami and was able to spend more time with Diddy because of her proximity. She also confirmed that she and Diddy had argued about the woman before. I think it was just a ball of emotions that night, she said. There was a lot that just resentment for many things. She also confirmed that she called Diddy a PDF file, even though the woman was not underage. She called him disgusting and a monster. Well, I mean, you're 38, Diddy's 55. You're 20 years younger than him, damn near. So I mean, it's a 20-year gap, maybe a 30-year gap with him and old girl, but shit, 20 and 30 years is the same if y'all both over the age of 25, put it like that. When she felt like the fight was escalating, she went into the bedroom, locking the door. They asked her to confirm that Diddy had not touched her at this point, but kept saying, "Are you just going to talk to me like that?" When he kicked open the master bedroom door, boom, she locked herself in the master bathroom. She yelled at this point that she had hated him. "I hate you, Jody." She said, "I hate you, Diddy. I hate you," and wanted him to leave her alone. Jane recalled Diddy saying that I was crazy, just yelling, like, "You're not going to talk to me like that." All right, let me go. Yeah, I'm giving y'all the real. We're giving you the play-by. We're looking at the actual house. We're looking at the crime scene right here. We know what's going on. Give me a sec. HFG, thank you for the $4.99. The real estate tour is hilarious. That's the microwave she slammed Diddy's head into. This is the bathroom door Diddy was busting through. This is, and we did some cross references just to verify. There's the stove right there. This is the living room right here. There's the kitchen. This right here is actually the reverse angle of this right here. So she's taking the picture from this angle like this. That's where this is here. And that's the bathroom that she was hiding in the closet. There go your shower. Got the shower behind the tub. Shower behind the tub. So this is where she was at, and this is the bathroom door right here to the closet. But if you notice, no, that's the other side. That's on me. That's this side right here, the entrance. Whatever side got the vent on the top. Yeah. So that's this side, the entrance. Because she's in the mirror, so it's reversed. All right. So we got the layout of the land. You know what I mean? We know what was going on. We tracked it all the way down. We're not doing anything that, you know what I'm saying, no one else would do if they're doing research. Okay, so now we're getting into the incident. Now remember, you didn't put on any active wear. After the altercation, you ran and hid behind a wall. Your phone was back at the house. When you got back, you saw Diddy in the street. Remember, this house is the last house before the cul-de-sac, and then there's a little pathway to go up the hill. So when Diddy was in the streets, either because this is the front door right here, either Diddy was up this path here or Diddy was standing in the cul-de-sac. But I don't know if anyone even knew that this was Diddy that was living here. But remember, it's after about midnight because we heard during the audio the championship Boston Celtics. So it's at least midnight. It's at least midnight, and they said it was on the 18th. They won the championship on the 17th. So it's at least midnight. So she's out in the dark, and she ran out here by herself without no phone. You were angry and screaming. You called him a PDF. I called him a monster, but he didn't kick you again. He didn't. You punched him in the back of the head, and he punched you. And he punched you twice. Wait. So that's where they're gonna leave us on the break? That's where they cutting the break off at? Man, we could skip lunch. Yeah, we can skip lunch. So when she came back, she called him a monster. He didn't kick her, but she punched him in the back of the head. And then he punched her. She said he punched her twice. Boom, boom. And then they said we're gonna go to break. So that's our first actual break. I mean, I know they were up there for a while. So that's about an hour and a half. That's about an hour and a half there. So they end right on the fight scene. I guess they're trying to prove that Diddy wasn't the aggressor. 45 was the last one. 44, 45. 6. Jane admitted to pushing Diddy's head into the counter and throwing a candle at him. Her first physical altercation with him, she used a button lock door, not a physical one. He yelled that she was crazy. Then she hid in the closet. You're serious about your workouts, but instead of wearing workout clothes that day, you put on a dress. Why is that? Just easier to slip on. So I guess they're talking about earlier in the day, but because she said she had like a brown dress on, I think. At that point, Diddy hadn't touched you. He just kept saying that she was crazy. He kicked open the master bedroom door. I ran into the master bathroom, locked the door. What happened then? I screamed, I hated you. Do you remember what he said in response? He was yelling that I'm crazy, kept shouting. You hid behind the wall. The phone was in the house. All right, so she got the same thing. And the judge called for a break. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. Yeah. So what do you guys think? She was the aggressor here. Diddy responded. Nah, I doubt she called 50. 50 probably wasn't answering the phone anyway. But what we want to know is, where's the baby at? Where's the child at? The baby got to be with the grandma. All right, so we're on the first break. It said, I like lead counsel and counsel to Jane to come to my robing room. Mark, I like to do this in the presence of Mr. Combs. Comey, if this is about the issue we discussed in the robing room, we have concerns. Okay, sidebar. So they're trying to get Diddy to come in there with Jane's lawyer and Jane, but they like, nah, hell no, you can't come. You can't come in here with the witness. They're trying to get Diddy in the room. At least we got the sidebar. So they just been running around the house. We got the sidebar. We don't know what the hell's gonna be going on back there. Jury's dismissed. CNN need to give us an update. We'll probably get a break till what, 7:15, 1:15-ish, 1:20 maybe. Jane said she flew on a music icon. Yeah. All right. So right now we're getting the play-by-play again, but we actually have the map of where it took place. We got a date, a time. Jonathan should be coming up next as a witness, or we'll have the summary witness. But that's pretty much it for the day. Let me go all the way back and see what happened this morning. If there was any. Yeah, okay, we already went over this. All right, so we really ain't got no new news. The defense is doing the defense thing.
In a shocking moment during Jane's testimony on the stand, Jane said that Sean Combs is still paying her rent for the home that she lives in today, meaning that he is paying for her rent while she is testifying against him in his criminal trial. Let me explain. Jane, who is testifying under a pseudonym that is not her real name, she explained that in early 2023 that Sean Combs presented to her what he called a love contract. She said that this was a 2-year contract where he said that he would give her a monthly allowance. She asked for $15,000. He said he would give her $10,000. She said that she spent that monthly allowance on a home for her and her son. And she said that the reason why she agreed to this is because she felt that for the first 2 years of their relationship, that she was giving him everything that he wanted, even though she didn't want it, that being those hotel nights, otherwise known as the freak-offs. Jane said that when she vocalized that she did not want to participate in these freak-offs, that Sean Combs would bring up money, which she perceived as a threat. In fact, I want to read you something that he said to her. We heard a voice note in court, and he said, "You need to get on your job." She then texted him back, quote, "You've been transactional and it's super disheartening." Jane said that she felt like these were threats, and she said that to Sean Combs. Prosecutors are hoping that this proves sex trafficking through fraud, threats, and coercion. Jane will be back on the stand on Monday.
So we got Diddy still paying for the crib. Well, as of right now, we don't know if there's an actual contract. There's just a verbal contract, a love contract. When we looked it up, and of course, it did say that they are legally binding. Verbal contracts are, but I guess Diddy was just like, "Man, I'm gonna pay for your rent," and it's a love contract. But I guess it was for 2 years, and the 2 years would technically be up unless she moved in, and then let's say it was June or July. She moved in April of 23. Maybe it was June or July when, some stuff had happened. Well, yeah, that was April and the tape dropped in May. So it must have been a 2-year contract after. It may have been in 24. So this contract might go on till 26. I'm pretty sure the contract came. Well, I think the contract came before the video dropped. So if we just say 24, so she potentially got this house till 26. 10,000 a month till 26 with Diddy paying for it. If you can't stack your bread in 2 years while your rent is paid for and you living in Cali, and she better stack that bread. At the end of this, we better not hear she broke or anything. She better sell her story or something. They're back from a sidebar. The judge, I'm really just going to break for lunch. There's nothing to put on the record. So we are officially on lunch. They haven't gave us an actual time to be back from lunch. Why 50 leaver? Man, I mean, it could have been a lot of things. Like, I don't know her personally, but I mean, just going off of what we heard in the courtroom, she's a bum, dude. I like, there's nothing I can say. She was struggling out there with the $4,700 in child support. She moved out here, so Diddy can help. But yeah, I mean, 50 probably just left just because. And plus, man, they all get tired of them. They'll all mess with the same chick, and then they'll just get tired of them. So let me see what is this talking about? Gronk said this is straight off of Twitter. I don't know if these lawsuits are right, but I think there's about 70 lawsuits against Diddy. To the date, there are more than 70 lawsuits that have been filed against Diddy. In October, Texas-based Tony Busby announced he'd represent 120 individuals. I know they've been tossing his shit out left and right. But they got Cassie's. We already know about that. That was settled for 20 M's. Joy Dickerson Neal, a then college student who claimed Diddy derugged her up, assaulted and abused in 91, recorded the incident on a videotape, which was distributed to others in the music industry. Lisa Gardner claimed Diddy and the guy Aaron Hall, we know Aaron Hall's a nasty motherfucker already, took turns R-word her and a friend after meeting the pair at MCA Records. In either 90 or 91, she initially filed a lawsuit anonymously. Anna Kane, then 17-year-old, alleged Diddy and former Bad Boy president Harvey Pierre, G. Arter, a year after filing anonymously in December 23, a judge ruled she had to reveal her identity. So that was Anna Kane. Little Rod Rodney, the Love album producer, who said Diddy groped him. Diddy harassed him and assaulted him, facilitated others, including then girlfriend Young Miami's cousin. And there's a video of Little Rod and Cuba Gooding Jr. that he said Cuba Gooding pushed up on him. Now, I just don't see me being a grown-ass man and nan nigga pushing up on me. That's this right here.
I run. Yeah, you do. Yeah. Little Rod ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his pub. He's a piece of human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
That's from the Instagram account of Rodney Johnson called Lil Rod Made It. Little discrepancy about payment for money for work done, musical work done by Lil Rod for and with Diddy Combs. But now things are much different. It's not about publishing. It's not about royalties.
So that's Little Rod's lawsuit against him. Little Rod actually was the one that gave us the information about Young Miami flying back and forth to bring in Diddy drugs. He's also the one that gave us the information about Brendan Paul, the white boy that was arrested, whose charges were dropped in December of 24. He also told us about the patch. Grace, a steward who claimed Diddy's son Christian assaulted her and harassed her on a yacht. The family charged in 22. The woman claimed Diddy aided and abetted his son. Crystal McKinney, a 22-year-old model who claimed Diddy assaulted her and forced her to perform oral in New York studio in 03. Says he had her blackballed in the modeling industry. April Lampros, a former New York Fashion Institute of Technology student, alleged Diddy R-worded her multiple occasions in 95 to 2000 or 2001, including one instance in which she claimed he forced her and then girlfriend Kim Porter to take X and have X together before he R. Derek Lee Cardello Smith, long-term Michigan inmate. This guy was suing Diddy for like fucking $50 million. Saying that Diddy owned one of his houses. Oh man, we're not reading through all these names. There's a lot of people. Adria, Don, Talia, Candace, Ashley, Brianna, LaTroya? Ew. LaTroya. Wanna be a baller. Let me see who the hell LaTroya is. So this is LaTroya. I know this ain't her accused of stabbing a neighbor. LaTroya, Philip Pine, Sarah Rivers from Making of the Band. Damn, she's in there too. Jordan. We know about the chef. We know about her lawsuit. Kate, Yinka, Australia, Justin Gooch, Leslie Crockle, Kendra Hafney, LaQuay Applewhite. Who the hell is LaQuay Applewhite? Hell no, who is this old lady? Billy, Ian, Latasha, Ahmad, Fallon, Seven, Joseph. Oh, all these are anonymous. Jeez Louise. Yeah, they 70 deep, man. Everybody can't be lying. We can probably say, let's say out of 70, maybe 25, 30 are lying, but I don't think everybody's lying. But we'll see how those play out. We'll just randomly hear Diddy getting sued for this and this, and he lost this. Yeah, man, the judge is good, man. So we on break. We don't even know what time we coming back from break. They just said go to break today. The judge don't give a damn. Whatever time we get finished, man. Whatever time it's over with, it's over with. All right. The jury's on a lunch break. Catch up on what happened. Ruling is upheld. The judge upheld the ruling barring disclosure of the identities involved in the January 24th encounter. Jane testified. Now, we figured out it was Kanye West. Well, we assume that it's Kanye West, Mr. Yeezy, and Bianca. Her birthday is January 5th. This is around New Year's, going into 24. She said that during the trip to Las Vegas without Diddy, she and the group included an unnamed rapper, which watched a woman have sex with an entertainer she and Diddy had previously used. The judge ruled that this encounter was not among the alleged acts connecting the ex-trafficking charges to Diddy. Jane testified that the rapper on the Las Vegas trip was an icon who was very close to Diddy and had spent time with the entertainer. They would hire for hotel nights. Jane testified that during the encounter, the rapper and his partner asked if she knew anybody else with the lifestyle, prompting her to bring up a guy that they usually worked with. Unaware, Jane testified that Cassie had filed a lawsuit. Diddy told her he was not aware of how she had been feeling and apologized. When asked if she believed Diddy, she said, "Yes, I did." Shit, you got to when that $10,000 is coming in the month. You got to believe it. You got to believe. She testified that there was a lot for me to wrap my head around, positive change. Jane testified that she noticed a positive change in Diddy after Cassie dropped the lawsuit, saying they experienced some growth in their relationship following the breakup and reconciliation. She said she felt more able to assert herself and that Diddy was more loving and spent more quality time with her. Well, he ain't got no one else to go to really right now. And plus, he's paying $10,000 a month. So he's definitely going to pull up to this secluded area where no one would know he's at. Don't you want to go where everybody knows your name? All right, let me see.
It's a rare condition this day and age to demand a freak off with so much rage. A stranger's addiction that you'll ever find. Some people say that he's losing his mind. Well, then there must be some magic juice inside the corner jar. 'Cause all I see is a chocolate thing. Ma'am, they're busting over everything. Days gone by. It's the biggest break of the century.
Yeah, man, I seen that this morning, man. It's some wild shit. It's some wild shit. We'll run it one more time, man. One more time for the one time. Let me see. Little Rod, Diddy's lawsuit.
It's a rare condition this day and age to demand a freak off with so much rage. A stranger's addiction that you'll ever find. Some people say that he's losing his mind. Well, then there must be some magic juice inside the corner jar. 'Cause all I see is a chocolate thing. Ma'am, they're busting over everything. Days gone by. It's the biggest break of the century.
Yeah, that was Gina in the closet. That was Gina in the closet, man. But that's the thing, man. We live in a time where we laugh at your failures, man. If you mess up, we laugh at you. That's how we get through. If we took everything in life too seriously, life would be boring. Like, we got to get away from it. There's protests going on. We got an incompetent person in the White House who's about to throw a $50 million fucking 250th birthday / is really his birthday party parade with all the military stuff. So we got to get on the internet to get away from the realness. This is just us stepping away. Sometimes we got to tap into our inner childhood. And that theme song is good for us because, you know, it brings back memories. And then we get a little joke out of it. It wasn't a distasteful video. You know what I mean? It was just a little jokey joke. But it's good to remove our minds from the real world. Inflation, the cost of living is going up. So we got to find an escape. And our escape is the internet. Now, I know that this is niggas fighting for their lives, but we ain't fighting for ours. We're just watching. That's all we're doing is just watching. It's no different than us watching a TV show based on a true story. This is the true story. We're here before it's based on a true story. We're getting the true story. This was a true story. This is a true story. It ain't based on it. This is the real deal. This is under oath. So one more time for one time.
It's a rare condition this day and age to demand a freak off with so much rage. The strangest addiction that you'll ever find. Some people say that he's losing his mind. Well, then there must be some magic juice inside the corner jar. 'Cause all I see is a chocolate thing. Man, they're busting over everything. Days gone by. It's the biggest break of the century.
Nah, there's nothing distasteful about this. This is what's going on in the courthouse. If that's distasteful, then that means the courthouse is distasteful because all they did was take all the information provided and just put a video to it. Like, well, all I'm doing is taking the transcripts and I'm painting the picture for you. They gave me the canvas and it's on me to paint the picture for you. So that's why I went and found the house. You know what I mean? When I'm giving the play-by-play, all this is a live reenactment here, man. That's all it is, man. Sometimes it be like that. We not the ones that put the baby oil in there, or the Astroglide, or the Lysol. Yeah, they had the Punisher in there with a mask on too. Hey, this is dope. Where Young Dreads at? Hold on, let me see something. Shout out to Young Dreads. Look, I'm gonna show y'all what Young Dreads just put together. This is what Young Dread made for you, boy. Yeah, that's cool. Shit, I need you to do. Hey, Young Drez, I'll pay. I need you to do an intro for me. I need an intro for my YouTube. I need a new one. I ain't used the old one no more. Yeah, I might use this or something. This is dope. But yeah, I might. Yeah, Young Drez, we need to talk. We need to discuss. I need an intro made, and I need one made for my travel stuff too, so I can put that at the beginning of all my travel videos. Okay, yeah, I like that. I fuck with that. Yeah, it's cool. I fuck with it. I fuck with that. That's good. We don't care about none of this. That's a whole different trial lawsuit that's gonna get brought up. We didn't get no break time. What time we was gonna be back from break, but 33 to 207. Everybody got the same sentiments. Everybody like, man, hurry this thing up, man. Let's get the show on the road. They don't need no lunch break, but we all at the comforts of our own home. We ain't in here. We ain't worried about nothing. We all chilling. Some of us at work. Some of us at work we ain't doing a damn thing. All right. Yeah, so let me see what we got. Yeah, we ain't got nothing unless y'all got some links or something. We just sitting around. We just waiting on a lunch. I probably should go give me some water, but to hell with it. I got a half day tomorrow. Let me see if he did a vlog this morning or if he did one during lunch.
We are Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Today, Thursday, June 12th. It's going to be day 22 of U.S. versus Sean Combs. Now, we're back on the beat. Still, Jane is still Jane. The anonymous order is in, and I have no problem with that. I just have a problem with if things are said in open court or shown on the screen, they become public. This remains a principle, and yes, that's how we're doing it. But Jane will be finished today. In fact, Jane's cross should finish this morning. Tenny Garagos, I'll say this. I may have said on this very platform that I thought Nicole Westmoreland, and I just mean this strategically. I'm not going to, at least here, get into the substance of what's going to happen on the verdict or what should happen. But Nicole Westmoreland, who's quite an aggressive cross-examiner, who had a Perry Mason moment with Bongalan, I thought maybe she should be doing the cross of Jane. But in fact, Tenny Garagos with a kind of a circular strategy that keeps changing time, going back to text messages. What about this one about Nobu? What about this one about Poppy's steaks? What about this one about the handbag? And ultimately, I think that she's created an impression. She's sort of undermined, rightfully or wrongfully, this idea of coercion and sex trafficking. I mean, there is a violent incident. Again, it's not for me to say, except to say that the method has been, I stand corrected. I stand corrected, I think. And I think you could tell that because yesterday Jane's answers became kind of more combative. It's like I wouldn't know if that's a good restaurant. Like, I think she realized how this questioning was having her come off, which might not be who she is as a person. Who knows? All the juries will know is what they saw in these many days of Jane. And today will be the last day. So we'll see both how Tenney closes it out, how Jane closes it out, and how Maureen Comey on redirect closes it out. But it will be done, and she will fly off away from this trial. And this trial, the government's case at least, is almost over. There may be 3 other witnesses today, one of whom is just a summary witness, Ms. Sankar. How long she'll be on, we don't know. But the main figure is that the government says that they're going to close either next Wednesday or Friday. Now, why the 2 days? Because Thursday is Juneteenth. So after that, there'll be a defense case. Nobody knows. They've implied it's going to be very long. Some people have been asking somehow if Christina Koram would be on the defense side. I can't see it. That cross would be devastating. But we'll just have to see. So we're coming to a close, and we're covering it quite closely on Inner City Press. And we'll have the Week 5 book out, hopefully on Friday, as we've done in previous weeks. So there's that. Now, what happened yesterday, Bob Menendez, if you remember him, the former longtime senator of New Jersey, head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, which he used, according to the trial testimony, to do favors for human rights abusers in Egypt.
All right, so there's there with that. So, like I said, they rest, but then the defense got their witnesses. So we'll probably be up here for like 8 weeks, seriously. Here you go, Dan, and I'll do it one more time. So that's that there. Shout out to Young Dreads. Let me see. We got any updates on what time we getting back from this damn lunch break? We sitting here trying to figure things out. Nah, it was just those two at the house. When the incident happened, it was just those two at the house. Jonathan had already left. Jonathan helped set up and brought the candles and stuff. See, the New York Post got up over here. See if they talking about Mike Jordan. The rabbi icon whose wild ex lifestyle was similar to the moguls to be publicly ID'd, but remember they already said that that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, that's it. No, I'm gonna go grab me some water while we wait, and I'll be right back. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be right back. Man, jeez Louise. What we at? 240? All right. So it's already 120. I think we're just going till 3. They said they're gonna finish up, but then again, they might go till 5 because I know they want to bring up the other witnesses. So we might be here till 5. Hopefully it's just till 3 though, because I'm going to sleep early tonight if possible. And nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Let it rain on me. All right. We good to go, man. We good to go. This one ain't that bad. We might do the live on some yak tomorrow. Just depends. I'm gonna try to do some BMF too, or I'm gonna at least try to do the recaps on BMF because I'm getting off. Well, I should be getting off work like at 12. I got to go to this little organization day, but I should be back at the crib by like 2:33 ish. So I'll probably be able to do that. Yeah, we still don't have any updates. Yeah, nobody's giving us anything, man. Nobody's giving us anything. USA Today, 1 hour ago. Let me see.
¿Ha tenido un accidente? Comuníquese con las oficinas
Whoa.
legales de Brandon J. Broderick.
We've talked about Cassie, we've talked about Jane, we've talked about Mia. Hey, we've even talked about alleged victim 3 who may or may not testify in P. Diddy's criminal trial, but you remember alleged victim 5? If you don't, I'm going to explain, and also what role she may play in this trial. I mean, is she even going to testify? And does the prosecution need her to testify? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Lots of witnesses and alleged victims have testified so far in Sean Diddy Combs' criminal trial. There's Cassie, there's Mia, there's Jane, there's Breonna Bungolan, there's Capricorn Clark, witnesses who described alleged sexual assaults, physical violence, being kidnapped, dangled off a balcony. But you know who hasn't testified? You know who hasn't come up in a while? Victim 5. There was always talk about victim 5, particularly after alleged victim 3 basically hasn't shown up. We did a whole Sidebar episode on the difficulty to track down victim 3 and whether or not she's actually going to be part of the case. There's been some mixed messaging from the prosecution and the defense on that. But one of the reasons that we're thinking now about alleged victim 5, who came up later during the course of this whole criminal saga, is whether she's going to testify. And the reason it came up is because we do this Law and Crime live lunchtime show on YouTube every single day. Hope everybody can check it out. And we actually take viewers' questions for that hour and a half period. And we got this question from somebody who regularly submits questions on YouTube, a user named Nestdog, and asked a super chat question, isn't there a 5th victim? And it got us thinking, yeah, there apparently is. I'll give you an example. There was this pretrial filing, and the defense was fighting to exclude the government's evidence of similar crimes or wrong acts on the part of Sean Combs. And they indicated that victim 5 was interviewed multiple times in 2025 by federal authorities. And the reporting indicates that Judge Arun Subramanian was going to allow this prior sexual assault accuser to take the stand in an effort to support the prosecution's case of sexual abuse and coercion, which is part of sex trafficking and racketeering. But by the way, right on the eve of trial beginning, so I believe during jury selection, the judge denied alleged victim 5 the ability to testify using a pseudonym. So, assuming victim 5 has not testified, and there's no reason to believe that she has of yet, I don't think she was called in any which way, the question is, will she testify? To what extent? Is she necessary? So for that, let me bring on criminal defense attorney Brian McMonigle. Brian's from the firm of McMonigle, Perry, McHugh, Meshach, and Davis. He famously represented Bill Cosby and Meek Mill. Brian, it's been a minute. Thanks so much for taking the time to come back here on Sidebar.
Well, Jess, thanks for having me back. It's always my pleasure.
What would be the value of victim 5 to testify in this prosecution?
You know, when you've got a case as a prosecutor with multiple victims, for lack of a better way to describe it, sometimes, you know, you can call too many. I would think if I'm the prosecutors in this case, particularly given the avalanche of testimony regarding, you know, the sexual depravity, the coercion, the domestic violence, what does one more get you? And does the one more put you someplace that you aren't already? And could, by calling just one more, you create a problem for yourself if, for instance, the defense has some smoking gun that blows that one witness out of the water? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how the prosecution feels right now in their case. I don't know what they're seeing from this jury. I don't know how the jury has received cross-examination, which has been significant and which has been beating a pretty consistent drum of, hey, listen, it's sexually depraved conduct. Yep, he's guilty of a lot of state crimes, including domestic violence, but he is not a racketeer. And getting back to your initial question, the answer is, where do they think they stand now?
Do you think the fact that we haven't heard more information about victim 5 indicates that she might not testify? I mean, how much advance notice does the prosecution need to provide that they're going to call her? And because in this sense, the witness list is sealed. We don't ever have an idea about who they're calling until like the day, toward the end of the day before. So when 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Eastern rolls around, we start to get a sense of the judge says, who are you going to call next? Maybe even at the beginning of the day, they'll give an indication about who they're going to call. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything about victim 5 being called next. Right now, as we record, Jane is currently testifying, being cross-examined. Does that signal to you that she might not be called? Does it signify to you the prosecution may make they might be on the witness list, but they might make a game time decision whether to call her?
I think so. I mean, I would if I was them. I mean, why not make it a game time decision? I mean, do they really need it? What does it help them with in terms of the lead charges in the case, you know, particularly the racketeering and the transportation charges?
I thought I said we had an update. Hold on. I could have sworn to say we had. Oh, it was on Inner City Press. My bad. They're back, but before arguments, before jury comes back in, headphones are being set up in the jury box. Defense wants to play them something sealed at the end of their cross-examination of June. That's supposed to be of James. Diddy is sitting and surrounded by half a dozen of his lawyers. So, whatever they're about to play, I'm thinking, why wouldn't they want the gallery to hear it? Headphones are being set up. The defense wants to play them something sealed at the end of their cross-examination of Jane. So Jane must be, I don't know, maybe she's saying something. But all right, let's be honest. Remember, we're looking at it from the defense's perspective. What could the defense play that defends Diddy not paying for these escorts, the multiple escorts, not providing drugs, and not flying them out, and not using intimidation or financial coercion to make her do something? What could the defense possibly play that would be like, okay, none of that happened? Because we got to defend the charges. We can make her look bad. We can make her look like she was a willing participant. But the defense's job is to prove that Diddy didn't do prostitution, paying niggas for sex. They need to prove that they didn't fly Jane Doe or Cassie somewhere else to pay someone to have X with them. They got to prove that. Remember, it's just a DV case. So regardless to if, you know, that's what everybody was telling me. It's just a DV. That's all they see. So regardless of her pushing Diddy's head into the marble, regardless of her hitting Diddy in the back of the head, y'all said it was just DV. So remove all of that. What could they possibly play that will say that Diddy never paid for none of these freak offs? Bad Boy never paid for drugs. Diddy never provided drugs. Diddy never paid a man to have X with a woman. What could they play that clears all of that up? What up, JT? The difference between porn companies are they are under contract and it's not hidden like this. Porn companies have contracts and they have to sign up. You can't just say we're shooting porn and you're good to go. No, there's legal there's legal proceedings you need to go through. See, pornography is generally legal because it's considered artistic expression protected under the First Amendment. You're going through all of the, all the procedures. It's stuff that they got in there. Porn is the process of filming and distribution of pornography, considered protected speech, particularly because it's often viewed as artistic expression. That's their job. That's what they're going to get paid for. Like, both of them are getting paid. It's not one person getting paid. See, prostitution is when you exchange money for the sex act. But if you're both getting paid by a third-party company, then it's illegal, but it's protected. I don't know the ins and outs, but there's things you got to do. The legal distinction that goes between porn and prostitution is pornography is about the creation and distribution of a product. We come together, all parties agree, and we sell a product. Prostitution is just going to a person and giving them money to have sex. That's where it's illegal. Like, you're putting together a product. We're selling this product. Prostitution is just you going down the street. Hey, what you doing for 40? 40. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got 40. What you got for 37.66? Because that's all I got. I got some change in the car, in the ashtray. Him hiring the escorts is only crime. So having illegal drugs isn't a crime? Having illegal drugs isn't a crime? So wait, we can just walk around with X pills? That's legal? Damn, I did not know that. I did not know we could walk around with cocaine. I didn't know I could give a person cocaine. I did not know that that was legal. Or is that a crime? Oh, so okay, so drugs are a crime also. So paying escorts is prostitution, which is a crime. Cocaine is an illegal substance, which is a crime. Maurice, what are you talking about? Is he's not facing possession charges? He is on possession charges. That's what the RICO is. Possession. That falls up under the RICO. The guns, that falls up under the RICO. That's why they put a RICO. So they can put all of the crimes that he's doing up under there. Because guess what? Bad Boy Records is reimbursing the people that paid for the drugs. If employee X reimburses employee A, well, yeah, if employer X, the enterprise, is reimbursing employee A for buying drugs that he's given to Diddy, then that means the enterprise is buying the drugs because they reimbursed it. It's just like when you're in the military, you go TDY. You may pay for it with your government travel card, and then the government will reimburse you. It's technically the government's money. That's why you get in trouble if you use your government travel card for anything besides government travel. That's why niggas getting charged. Like, so there was a guy that, so in the military, we got GTCs. So whenever you go somewhere, you put it on your GTC if you're on official orders. Now, this GTC is a credit card. It's in your name and it runs off of your credit, but it's backed by the United States government. So whenever we go on trips, you know, we go on like little TDYs, you know, temporary duty stations, you use your TDY card. You book your flights on there. You do all of that with this card, but you got to make the payments back. So you get your payments, you run up $3,000, you pay that $3,000 on your credit card, you submit that to the government, and then they reimburse you. You can't take that government travel card and go buy clothes with it. You can't go rent your own cars on the weekend. You can't go buy video games on it and think you get reimbursed because it's technically the government's money. They're reimbursing you. So if these employees are buying drugs and then they get reimbursed by Bad Boy Records is the enterprise that's paying for these drugs that Diddy has. So now you got Diddy buying drugs, then you got distribution of drugs. Now, distribution doesn't mean selling. Distribution is just handing drugs to somebody, regardless to if they want the drug. If I have cocaine and I give you cocaine because you want cocaine, I'm in trouble because I had the cocaine. And I'm in trouble for giving it to you. So I got possession and distribution. So that's what falls up under the RICO. Then prostitution also falls up under the RICO, and it becomes commercial sex trafficking when you take an escort from one state to another. Paying an escort is not illegal. The escort can just escort you to a place. But once you pay an escort to have sexual activities, it becomes prostitution. Once you pay them to go across state lines and you pay them money, it becomes commercial sex trafficking, prostitution. But once you fly them out somewhere and then pay them, it becomes commercial sex trafficking. And that's how it becomes federal, because they go across state lines. And then that's where they're showing the pattern. But then Diddy's providing drugs. Then Diddy has guns with scratched off serial numbers, which is an illegal possession of an illegal firearm that falls up under the RICO charge. That's why they inserted the RICO, so all the other little crimes, they can chump it up and make it a larger charge. I know people gonna say, damn, man, they ain't playing fair. No, they're playing according to the law. The law says you can't do this, 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 this. So they made the RICO. So if you did this and not this, but this and not that, but this, then all that falls up under the RICO. So then they charge you with that. So that's just the RICO. But then again, you can remove all of that. And then that's where you got the other 4 counts. 2, to engage in transportation, to engage in prostitution. That's 2. And then the 2X trafficking, Jane Doe and Cassie. So now, whether we get those individually and get the RICO knocked off, we still got these 4 charges we can get. Or we get all the charges, they get the life. See, Breeze, it can't be personal use. Once Diddy paid the escort, Diddy's not paying Cassie. Diddy's paying the escort to sleep with Cassie. You cannot pay someone to sleep with somebody else. That's illegal. Once you pay for a sex act, that's prostitution. But once you pay them to sleep with somebody else, that's trafficking. That's just like whenever you guys are thinking trafficking, taking girls and putting them in cargo trains and shipping them off to different locations. Do you like? I've already went over the R. Kelly case. R. Kelly got hit with racketeering and sex trafficking. And those girls got on national TV and said they were living with R. Kelly and they were his girlfriends. But it don't matter. According to the law, this is what it is. Again, I'm not here to say if he's innocent or guilty. All I'm doing is giving my perspective and my understanding of the law. I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer. Y'all could be right. That's why I say at the end of this, guess what? When this trial is over with, we're going to look back and say, damn, we did 200 hours of covering the Diddy trial. Oh, well, if they say we, the jury, we find the defendant not guilty, we're going to be like, damn, okay. And guess what? On the first, we're going to pay rent. If they say we, the jury, we find the defendant guilty on all 5 counts, guess what? On the first, rent is going to be due. I'm going to continue to be on here joking around and not giving a damn. This ain't my case. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But I'm just saying my understanding of it and interpretation of it. That's where I'm going with it.
You know, he had these freak offs, and he admits to having these. You know, he had these freak offs, and he admits to having these freak offs. You know, I mean, you can have them. You can have freak offs. They're not illegal, but it is illegal to pay somebody to have sex with another person. That's prostitution. That's illegal. And it becomes federal if you have them come in from Philadelphia to New York, and that becomes transportation for the purpose of the sex act. You know, that's commercial sex trafficking. And then it becomes even worse when you have a pattern of this activity, which we have that because we have more than one, and we have this non-consensual pattern of activity. So that's the whole RICO, that's the whole sex trafficking, that's the transportation across state lines. Those are the 3 charges that he's dealing with. This case will.
Well, my good brother Maurice, you in law school. This is a board certified lawyer. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not discrediting what you learn. Just like you're not discrediting what my understanding. We just got to see it play out. Again, I I don't care. Y'all know I'd rather get on here and joke around. But I was like, man, I ain't really got too many shows that I'm interested in. I'm just covering the trial. So for me, this is pure entertainment. I don't care what happens to the guy. I'm just upset they got my boy Yeezy in this. Man, they got my boy Yeezy tied up in this nonsense. That's the problem. I never said the sex acts were non-consensual. I said it doesn't matter if they're consensual. Once Diddy paid the guy, that's when it becomes a crime. When you go and hire a prostitute, that's consensual. You agree to pay her, you agree to pay her money. She agrees to take that money. Consent. But once you exchange money, it's illegal. It doesn't matter if it's consensual. That's what I'm saying. Cassie could have been there and wanted to do it with 9 to 10 niggas. That's fine. Jane Doe could have had sex with 3, 4, 10, 37 niggas on her birthday. That's fine. But once Diddy pays these niggas to have sex with her, it's illegal. That is really that simple. If I hand you $1 and you throw that monkey on me, that's illegal. If you come over and throw that monkey on me, that's legal. But if you come over and say it's gonna cost $15.75 for me to knock that thing out the park for 6 minutes, and I say, okay, I got $15, and we start negotiating prices, and I hand you a crinkle ass $5 bill in a 10 that's counterfeit, and you take it, that becomes a crime. 2 crimes: prostitution and counterfeiting money. You know what I mean? It's illegal. It doesn't matter if you both consent. If you get in the car with me and I say, hey, the speed limit is 55, do you consent with me doing 100 and a 55? If you say yeah, if we get pulled over, I can't say, well, look, we both consented that it was okay that I do 100 and a 55. They're gonna be like, nigga, we don't give a fuck about your consent. Nigga, that's illegal. If your little brother is underage and you're drinking liquor and he says, man, I sure would want some liquor, you consent to give him liquor because he wants liquor, that's illegal. It doesn't matter if it's consensual or not. It's illegal. If you go to the store and try to buy some Swishers under the age of 18, and the guy at the counter is like, all right, cool. I know you, I fuck with you. I consent to selling you these, even though you under the age of 18. And you say, okay, bet, I consent with buying them, and you buy them from them. It's illegal. It doesn't matter if there's consent. It's illegal to do it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just looking at what's legal and illegal. That's what I'm going off of. All this other shit, I'm not. I hear all of it. I can remember all of it. I give you guys the play-by-play because I'm trying to entertain you. But I'm just going off the law. If the law say you can't pay for sex, and we've heard Diddy pay. Matter of fact, I got something for you. So we all agree that paying for X is illegal. Well, we have confirmed that Diddy paid David, Clayton, Jules, The Punisher, Islander, Tommy, Greg, Jonathan, Red Baseball Hat, Ash, Paul, Jake, Leon, Don, Stinky Guy, Michael, Sly, Anton, and Carvel. So we know Diddy paid all of these people. We have text messages. We actually had some of them come up. We know that Diddy has bought drugs and reimbursed employees. We know that Bad Boy Records has booked hotels. We know that Diddy got arrested with cocaine. We know that Diddy's house in Miami had methamphetamine. We know that Diddy's house also had guns with the scratched off serial numbers. So you guys can't forget all of that. Remove the emotion. Who cares that these women were bums and they were taking money from Diddy? We get that. That's not illegal to be a trick. What is illegal is giving these women drugs. What's illegal is paying the escorts. What's illegal is if you don't have sex with this nigga, I beat your ass. If you don't have sex with this nigga, I release a sex tape. Those are the illegal things what they're trying to prove a pattern of. We get it. I've called her a bum multiple times. We get it. She's a bum. There's no law against being a bum. There's bums on every single corner in America. That's not illegal to be a bum. What is illegal is to give a bum drugs. What is illegal is to pay that bum to do what they do or get hamburgers. Hey, I got these cheeseburgers. You know, it is illegal for that. That's what we're here for, the crimes. We're not here for, oh, they were stupid. We're not here for, oh, they love Diddy, or, oh, they were here for the money. We're here for the crimes that were committed. They could have been here for the money. Who gives a shit? When you go to work for the money. If your boss tells you to do something and you think it's illegal, you ain't gonna do it. If you do it, it's still illegal. You did it for the money. It's really that simple. If you don't tell your boss no, and they tell you to do something illegal, you're going to say, well, my boss told me to do it. So when you really look at it on the basic level, you did what your boss told you to do because you wanted to get your check. You didn't say no. Everyone's bosses told them to do something where they may have cut some corners that they weren't supposed to. And you did it. Why? Because it was your boss and you wanted your check. So can we call you a stupid motherfucker? No, it's just shit. It is what it is. Some people make worse decisions, but we're not here for the dumb decisions that are being made. We're here for the criminal decisions that are being made for the defendant. She has immunity. So yeah, we're hearing everything that she's doing. She has immunity. Her job is to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so she don't go to jail. Yeah, it sounds like it's fucked up. That's what snitching is called. That's what becoming a state witness is. It's like that in every trial. Everyone has someone that's going to tell on them. It's just the way life is. That's why if you don't do crimes, guess what? If Diddy wasn't on drugs, we wouldn't be here. If Diddy wasn't paying niggas, we wouldn't be here. If Diddy wasn't flying niggas to different states, we wouldn't be here. If Diddy didn't beat the hell out of Cassie, we wouldn't be here. So we're looking at everybody except for the nigga that's sitting right there. Except for the nigga with the money. We heard Cassie was a bum. We heard Jane Doe was a bum. So who's paying for all of this? Oh, that's right. Diddy, the defendant. We're not here for the dumb decisions that these bums were making. We're here for the decisions that the nigga with the money that was making all the plays and introducing them to all these niggas. We're here for the shit that he's doing, not for what anyone else is doing. Fuck what everybody else did. They aren't the defendant. Everything we're looking at is what Diddy did. We don't give a fuck what the witnesses did. They ain't on trial. The witness ain't on trial. Diddy's on trial. We're looking at the shit he did. Stop thinking about what the witnesses did. They're witnesses. They are not the defendant, meaning we don't give a fuck what they did. We looking at what you did illegally, nigga. But you told us that you be on drugs. So we already know that there's a drug possession that falls up under RICO because the opening argument was Diddy was on drugs in toxic relationships. So we know that Diddy's on drugs. So when you talk about where's the RICO at, the defense already told us Diddy is a goddamn drug addict. They talked to Jane Doe yesterday when they first started their cross, and they said you knew that Diddy was an addict when you first met him. So we know because of the defense that Diddy has been on drugs. So everything that Cassie was saying is validating what they're going over right now because they told us that Diddy was on drugs and he was addicted to drugs, and that he was addicted to drugs before he got with Jane Doe, and she should have noticed that in the beginning. So we need to focus on the drugs. Where did she get the X from? Oh, Diddy gave me the X on the plane. Diddy gave me the X at the hotel. Diddy gave me the X at the dinner. We're looking at the crimes the defendant committed. She has full immunity. Nothing she says can be used against her. We got to rule out, oh, well, she did this. Guess what? The prosecution don't give a fuck what she did. They want to know, what did Diddy do? We got immunity for you. Tell your story. We don't give a shit. If you tell on yourself and the state pick up some charges, that's on you. We here for one nigga and one nigga only. Defendant number one, Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Mr. Brother Love Combs. That's who we after. And the crimes that this nigga committed, they don't give a fuck about nothing else. That's like, oh man, the witness. Who gives a fuck about the witness? They got immunity. Diddy should have snitched first. Diddy should have told on somebody else. But guess what? He didn't. He took it to trial. And now we're sitting here and we're going over all the shit. And like R. Kelly said, sitting here looking in the mirror, saying damn to myself. I should have never had that freak off and paid that nigga myself. Yeah. And if I had $1, it was the escort share. Ooh, and where we would go, wow. Diddy would front the big hill when the freak off set up. Diddy paid it. Y'all know it. We got text messages from the idiot. Yeah. It's like running out of love. No matter how you say it, no. Diddy paid for some love. Yeah. La da 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 da. La. Oh, Diddy paid. Yeah. We don't give a fuck about what the witness did. Why did you pay niggas for sex? Why did you have Paul on speed dial? Why were you telling her 11 p.m. Paul was pulling up? All right, let's get back to it. All right, so we got I think we do got an update. They should be back in the courthouse. Yeah, they took advantage of Puff, but guess what? Guess what? Puff continued to commit crimes. All right, before we jump into this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Of course, you know, I'm just trying to entertain you guys. Before we jump into it, all right, they say that they played Diddy. Well, Cassie only got with Diddy because Diddy tricked her to go to Miami under the ploy that she had a show to get her away from Ryan Leslie. So the only way that Cassie would have been in Diddy's life is if Diddy came and got her. Diddy did all of this, and then him and Cassie were done in 2018. Daphne Joy met Diddy when he was messing with a friend. Guess who got at Daphne? Daphne didn't get at Diddy. Remember? You remember the story? You remember the story? They was in Miami on a yacht. It was a girls' trip, and one of her friends was fucking with Diddy. But Diddy took her out the house and took her to the studio. So it looks like none of this would have happened if it wasn't for Diddy thinking he was a player. So no one would play a Diddy. Diddy played himself. Diddy went with everything. Remember, they was all close, and then the nigga, I got girls. Yeah, you know, I'm single. I'm dating all these women. But as soon as the Cassie tape dropped, that nigga talking about, yeah, you know, we got to figure this out. You know, you my girlfriend and all. So it's like, this is all Diddy's doing. When she said she wasn't talking to Diddy, what we talking about? She went with Kanye West and them. She was kicking it with Yeezy in the hotel in Vegas. Who kept calling? Who's calling my phone? Who's calling my phone? What's that? Is it Daphne? Is it Jane Doe? Is it Gina? No, it was Diddy, nigga. Diddy was the one calling you. Hey, where you been? You good? You good, man? You know, I'm paying for that house, man. You know, we should be together. It was Diddy doing all of this. You remove Diddy from this, none of these. I don't want to say it this way, so I ain't, but I want to because it get the point across, but I ain't gonna say none of these women will be on these hardcore drugs. Would they been freaking niggas? Probably so, but they wouldn't have been on the drugs. They wouldn't have been fucking 3-4 niggas in a night. But again, I'm not here to say if he's innocent or guilty. All I'm here to say is this is my understanding of it. All right. All right, so we're back in the courthouse. This is part 13. We'll start this at 3:28. Excuse me. Yeah. What up, names? Yeah, them the male escorts, them niggas is getting money. Them niggas is getting $5,000 to $6,000, man, to throw that thing. Just the facts. That's what I'm saying. Distribution of drugs doesn't mean you have to sell it. You can just hand somebody some drugs and that's distribution. That's it. That's it. Possession. And if someone else is with you and you hand it to them, oh yeah, all they need to do is get a photo. That's 2 charges right there: possession and distribution with the intent. YouTube journalism. Hey man, call it what you want, man. Call it what you want. Hey, Maurice, you right here with us. So anytime you go against what I say, not when you go against, because we have our arguments. Whenever Maurice says something, guys, please put YouTube journalism in the chat. Whenever Maurice speaks, whenever Maurice says anything about the case, put YouTube journalism in there. We're gonna piss him off today. We're gonna get the other mode. That's what we're gonna do. All right, here we go. Let me get back into this. Jane again addresses the post-altercation phone call with another woman. They questioned Jane about the June 18, 2024 altercation between her and Diddy at her rented home in Los Angeles, which is this place right here. This lovely spot right here. Yeah, we're going to call this the chicken spot because shit get the pop. You know what I mean? This lovely place right here is where they're at. At some point after Diddy punched Jane in the face, she got a hold of his phone and called the woman she believed was on a recent family trip with Diddy. The woman told Jane she was worried about the wrong things and shouldn't be panicking. Jane testified the 2 women traded insults on the phone. When Jane said, "He's beating my ass right now," Diddy hung the phone up. Jane testified it appeared the woman called Diddy back, more than once after that, but he didn't pick up. Diddy was on FaceTime with his assistant, Jonathan. Jonathan was the one that came over with the candles prior to Diddy showing up. So the assistant could tell Jane that the other women didn't go on the family trip. So remember, Jonathan showed up with candles and they set up the spot before Diddy got here. They watched the Celtics game while they were also watching a hotel, recap so they could figure out what moves they needed to make. Diddy calls up Jonathan after punching her twice in the head. Calls up Jonathan. "Hey, Jonathan, for real. Hey, nigga, tell her I wasn't on no trip with no bitches." Jonathan talking about, "Yeah, girl, he wasn't on no trip with no bitches." Because, Jonathan, I think he. But the girl was on the phone talking bad to her. So Jane Doe is like, "You was on a trip with Diddy. You messing with my man." But the girl that was on the phone was like, "Bitch, you worried about the wrong thing. You need to get the fuck off my phone. What me and Diddy got going on ain't got nothing to do with you. You need to worry about yourself." So Jane Doe talking about, "No, he's beating my ass right now." And Diddy hangs up the phone, and that's when he called Jonathan. So the shit is going down right now. We in the nitty gritty of it. All right, so let me make sure we ain't missing nothing. Now I'm just trying to give you guys all the details. That's all I'm doing is giving you guys the details. All right. I understand that the government says we can break earlier tomorrow, so we don't have to deal with the evidentiary issues now. Let's just finish Jane's testimony. Bring in the witness. So I guess we're gonna have Jane Doe. We're gonna finish Jane Doe today. We're gonna get the redirect, and then tomorrow we're just gonna bring in all the other witnesses and finish off the week. So this is gonna be good. All right. So while you thought Mr. Combs was yelling, "You're trying to get me to never see my kids again, right?" Yes. So I guess what Diddy is talking about is why they're fighting. If the cops are called, someone's got to go to jail. So I guess that's what Diddy's yelling about. You're trying to get me to never see my kids again because, bing, she hit that nigga's head on the marble. So then after that, they had a little spat. So I guess Diddy's yelling, you trying to get me to never see my kids again. And then you said he was dragging you by your hair, right? I was telling him to stop. You got his phone, yes. And you called the woman in Miami, yes. You asked her, did you go to the Grand Canyon with him? I'm asking you, woman to woman, yes. And she said, you're worried about the wrong things. Woman to woman. Damn, she talking bad to Jane Doe. Jane Doe said, yes. She said, I told her, he's beating my ass. Sean hung up the phone. And she called back multiple times. His phone lit up. Did she call you a bitch? Damn, yes. Did you talk about her previous relationship? So she on the phone. Jane Doe, you was with Diddy at the Grand Canyon. You went on a trip with him. She like, bitch, you worry about the wrong motherfucking thing. You better get the fuck off my line. What me and Diddy got going on is what me and Diddy got going on, you old ass bitch. So she's on the phone like, what? Who you calling a bitch? Who was you messing with before Diddy? He upgraded your life. You messing with my man? She like, bitch, if you don't get the goddamn fuck off my phone, you keep calling me, worried about what the fuck I got going on. I'm in Miami. Where you at, motherfucker? She's like, I'm in LA. He's beating my ass. And Diddy hung the phone up. So while that was going on, after that, she called Jonathan. Jonathan talking about, hello, you were in the shower naked, but Mr. Combs had the pants on, remember? So we didn't know that the FaceTime call was while they were in the shower. So when they got in the shower, after Diddy drug her in from the patio, after 2 times in the noggin, it was on the side of her head. Well, no, actually, she had the knots on the front of her head because she moved the hair over, because there's footage of them at Diddy's house a little bit later on after the ass whooping. So she's in the shower. She's crying. She's knotted up. She says she looked in the mirror and seen a black eye. Diddy, for some reason, this nigga got his shirt off, but he got his pants on with no socks or no shoes on in the shower. So he's standing up. And this is the shower that we're in. This right here is where they're at. This is the shower that they're in. They're standing up back here. The shower's behind the tub. So Diddy's in the shower with just his pants on. And remember, he slapped her. So she's sitting on the ground and she's on the FaceTime. She called Jonathan. She like, Jonathan, did Diddy have some bitches with him at the Grand Canyon? Jonathan like, girl, he ain't had no bitches with him. Because Jonathan, and Jonathan was the assistant that came over earlier. So he like, girl, no, he ain't had no bitches. Because guess what? Jonathan, he works for Diddy. So the check come from Diddy. So whatever Diddy say, it go. You know what I mean? That's where his loyalty lies. Now, he may not have been that cool with Diddy, but that's where the check come from. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. So he on the phone telling her, nah, man, he ain't had no bitches. He ain't had no bitches. Diddy had slapped her when she was in the shower. So she down on the ground at this point. And then it says, Mr. Combs was in his pants. She said shorts. So I guess he has shorts on because it's June. So it's kind of hot in LA. And you called him a son of a biatch. Just a biatch. Okay, just a biatch. Then he slapped you. She said, yes, hard. Oh! So she gets slapped after she gets off the phone with Jonathan. Now she's sitting on the floor. Now remember, after this happens, Diddy is hiring another nigga. You remember that crime that Maurice, the YouTube journalist Maurice was talking about? Remember he said the crime was paying the guy? Well, guess what? Right after Diddy slapped the hell out of her, Diddy was calling the nigga to come through the house so he could pay him to have X with her while he beats his meat in the corner watching. So that crime that we was talking about is after Diddy slapped the hell out of her and making her go do this. So there's the crime of forcing her to go do X trafficking. You see, is the timeline making sense now? Are you following? Are you following what they're saying? This is what the defense is presenting. I don't know why the defense is presenting this. Because after this happens, we know a a hotel party took place. So I don't know why the defense is presenting that Diddy slapped the hell out of her while she was in the shower after whooping on her and then bringing a freak off. You think she willingly did this freak off after getting the hell slapped out of her? You think she willingly did this freak off after Diddy punched her in the head 2 times? You think she consensually did this after Diddy pulled her by the hair and then put her in the bathtub with shorts on and his drawers on? and slap the hell. You think, oh, is this consensual still? Because if this is consensual, you saying this is what you do? I'm not talking to any of y'all specifically, but y'all, you see what I'm saying? Is this consensual still? Like slapping the hell out of somebody, punching the shit out of them, and then hiring an escort? That this is still consensual, or this isn't? Why is the defense presenting this? So then the defense says, so okay, just a biatch. And then he slapped you. Yes, hard. Then he tells you to put on an outfit. Yes. And he grabs your phone. He went into the messages and said hi to Anton. In the text thread, it's about the night in January you sent to Las Vegas. Yes. How far is it from your home in the gated community to the gate? A minute or two. So like a half a mile? Yes. I drove and let Anton in. Champagne and tequila, but still no drugs? Right. You and Sean going to the bedroom. You told him you went to Vegas. Yes. You told him you flashed your breasts. No, not then. You told him you referred Carborough to another rapper. No, not yet. Did Diddy tell Ed Shore, how could you go to another man's freak off? Yes, he yelled that. So now the defense is saying that Diddy is admitting to having these freak offs. And why would you go to another freak off with somebody that Diddy pays? Why is the defense presenting this? Did Mr. Combs tell you? How could you go to another man's? This is the defense saying this. Why is the defense bringing up that other people were doing the same thing that Diddy was doing? Why is the defense bringing up that Diddy paying for sex and she going off to Vegas and doing it? Why are they bringing up that Diddy was willingly and openly paying for all of this? When they got there's a nigga out front waiting to get paid by Diddy, and they're in the room talking about her referring a nigga to another freak off. Why is the defense not defending and saying that Diddy wasn't paying for none of this shit? If we all agreed, according to the YouTube journalist, my boy Maurice, my bad, Mr. Maurice, why is the defense bringing this shit up? You're supposed to be diverting. You're supposed to be smoking screens. You know what I mean? But Diddy yelled, how could you go to another man's freak off? She said, yes, he yelled that. Then Sean told you, go out and fuck him. And you said, no. I said, no. Then he pushed a pill in my face. So he pushed a pill into her face. But you didn't have X with Anton. Not that kind of X. Anton, you gave him oral. Yes. Then Sean dismissed him. You told Anton you send him money later. I did. This is the first time you didn't have to. No, this is the first time you didn't have an intimate moment with your partner after the entertainer left. Yes. And he said again, I can't believe you went to another man's freak off. Yes. Talking about that rapper. He just kept saying, how could you have gone to another rapper's freak off? After you called and texted each other, yes, you went to see him and broke up. We had 8 or 9 hours of breakup conversation. What? You saw him traveling with another woman in Wyoming. It upset you. I was home with a black eye. You hadn't forced intercourse with Anton. It was forced oral. Play a video, not for the public to hear. They have headphones on. I will read his response. Diddy says, I'm not going to belittle myself for someone named Bear or for my friend. That means the rapper, right? Diddy also wrote, sorry, I didn't take you. Yeah, didn't take you on trips. I was tripping. Diddy said, I'm sorry I didn't take you on trips. I was tripping. The baby daddy, you and KK would have talked yourself into paranoia. So he's talking about 50 Cent. So 50 Cent knew about the trip. Well, 50 knew that they were fucking around because she didn't go on a trip. And he said he couldn't take her on trips because he was tripping and the baby daddy, which is 50, and KK, Christina Corum, would have talked yourself into paranoia. You didn't get along with KK. I didn't. Put the headphones on and press play. We hear nothing. Court staffer hands Jane headphones. Combs is leaning over to listen to the same headphones as Mark. Pause there. You bring up OnlyFans there. You've been on it for 4 or 5 months. Earning well, right? Yes. Mm. All right. What we getting at? What we get? This is what we waiting on. Is this what we been waiting for? Harvey Weinstein just got a well, it was like 2 hours. He got a mistrial after they found him guilty. I don't know how the hell that works. So we're waiting to see what the hell was said on this damn phone. I mean, not on the phone, but on the headphones. Uh, 20 seconds. All right, you've been earning well, right? You asked him why he couldn't balance it. Hotel nights and private travel, right? You wrote, did the other girls just pressure you more for trips and I didn't? I just want to know where I went wrong. She's trying to figure out. Tell me what I gotta do to please you. What did I do wrong? Where did I went wrong? Come on, CNN. We need them updates, CNN. What the hell? 329. See, this is what I'm talking about. The internet start going slow. All right. Mr. Combs said, "That is my friend. I was okay where we should stop. Now press play and stop. No sound, public gallery. You said we broke up and I went to one birthday party. Not with the rapper, but my friend." Yeah, I don't know what the hell is wrong with my something went wrong. Hey, can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. You're trying to see something. I don't know if it's my internet. See, let me see. It's like, hold on. See, I'm gonna have to because I can't see your comments. The last comment I can see is Young Miami. Look it up. All right, yeah, okay. So it is frozen because I'm looking at my screen. I can't see nothing. All I can see is when I switch. See, that's what I be talking about, man. The damn German internet. Give me a second because I can't see the chat. And I was wondering, I was like, damn, what the hell? So on my phone, I see. Okay, I can see y'all saying it's frozen. Yeah, hold on, cause I can't see nothing. Damn it. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna go out and come right back.